Itch it up, my selector.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Okay, we're here. We're live. Finally got it together to go live for this live stream today. Povetkin Whyte 2, Povetkin Whyte 2, Povetkin Whyte 2. All right, and I am just watching footage right now of Alexander Povetkin knocking out Dillian Whyte in the first time. He's being raised up in the air by his coaches. This was at the end of a brutal fourth round for him where he was knocked down twice, came back in the fifth and sparked Dillian Whyte. This is nothing short of an exciting rematch. We've got it here in a very exotic location, Gibraltar. Gibraltar is looking a bit like Cabo San Lucas, which I've been to for a few times, with the rock formations and all of that. Looks very cool. They're showing us some aerial footage right now of Gibraltar. And Gibraltar might now be on a place that I might want to visit as a vacation destination, just to check it out. It's very unique. It's a island between Spain and Morocco, so North Africa, that's controlled by England or the UK, and now they're running this fight here, this whole fight card under the auspices of the British Boxing Board of Control. So I had wanted to get on earlier than this, but you know how things go sometimes. I had a guest lined up, and now it's just me solo. I'm looking at footage of Ricky Haddon's son, who's making his pro debut. Dude looks a lot like his father, a lot like his uncle, Matthew Haddon. So yeah, apparently he's trained by his uncle, Matthew Haddon. He's managed by his father, Ricky Haddon. And if he can replicate some of what his father was able to do, this young man might go places in the sport of boxing. I don't know how early he started boxing. I believe he wasn't as early as his father, nor was his uncle, actually. But his father had a good career. Yo, A-Rod, thank you for joining me, brother. I see A-Rod 83 Boxeo is in the house and joining us live here for the Whyte Povetkin 2 card. So as I alluded to, we got through 2 cards already. First one, Eric Pfeiffer, Nick Webb. That was a TKO. Second fight, Chris Congo lost his WBO global welterweight title. Not quite sure what that is, the global welterweight title, but he did lose it just now. And right up next, we've got Campbell Haddon set to make his pro debut. So honestly, I don't know very much about his opponent. Wish I could talk a bit about him. I honestly didn't really look much into him. I don't really give him much of a shot. I don't see Eddie Hearn putting Campbell Haddon in with anyone that's going to be very competitive. But I could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. But you know how things go with pro debuts. They're usually soft touches, easy wins. The only pro debut I think I've seen where a guy lost recently was the Cuban amateur standout, who they had lined up to face Shakur. I think the plan for Robesius Ramirez was to take on Shakur, but he lost in his pro debut, came back. I just don't see that happening here in this card. I really don't. I don't see that happening. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I think Campbell is going to steamroll this dude. Look, you just look at the physiques. The other guy's in shape. Campbell looks a bit bigger than them, broader shoulders. So we'll see what happens there. So I've been pretty excited about this fight for a while. It's been delayed a couple times. I'm not talking about the Campbell fight. I'm talking about the Dillian Whyte fight. And, you know, it hasn't stopped my interest in seeing this rematch. I made the prediction of another Povetkin knockout in this one. Be interesting to see if that happens. I personally, that's what I hope happens. Whether it happens or not is another story, but that's what I'm hoping to see gets going on here. So A-Rod says, Andres says, good afternoon, America. Yep, we out here in America, and if you know my definition of America, Andre, that includes Canada all the way down to Patagonia in Argentina at the very bottom tip of South America. So day of work gone, finally logged into the zone. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I know you're looking forward to this fight. I'm very much looking forward to this fight. I know you are as well. So let's see how that goes. Let's let us know how things are over there in Portugal. How are you handling the pandemic? Any changes out there? I know you mentioned in the past it was pretty much locked down a few months ago. Hopefully things are improving for you and your family and all your friends and loved ones out there in Portugal. Things are kind of improving here in New York City. People are getting their vaccines and gradually things seem to be getting back to normal. I've said multiple times, I live right by Yankee Stadium, and the Yankees are now going to be playing at, I believe, 20% capacity in the stadium. So we'll see. Honestly, before this fight card was announced, taking place in Gibraltar, my biggest thing in terms of my knowledge of Gibraltar was them just getting whooped in European and in World Cup qualifying matches by like other European national football squads. It's like 10-0, 50-0, you name it. But this does look like a pretty decent venue for boxing. Tony M.F. Boswell, I hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you for stopping through. Thank you for the Cash App, bro. I really appreciate that. Much respect. I know you mentioned your son who's having a medical procedure done. I hope that's going well for you and for him. And I want to wish the young man a very speedy recovery. So, and by the way, I hope you're able to tune in to the last HCP. I think it was a pretty good show. Put it together at the last minute, but we got it done. And yeah. So what do you guys think about Haddon, man? Campbell Haddon. I mean, I don't really know much about the kid. I really don't. And apparently he started boxing a lot later than his father did, but we'll see. You know, I don't know, will he be a Shane Mosley Jr.? Will he be a Tito Trinidad Jr.? You know, maybe a Hector Macho Camacho Jr., right? Or maybe he'll be a great version of his father. Thanks again, Tony Boswell. Really appreciate that, brother. Really appreciate that. Please stop by, man, for as long as you can, whenever you can, man. You a member of the HCP Leave It in the Ring family. So here we go. Andre says, tiny business finally running here. It's small business, but is mine and I need it. Things are very odd here. This government is the most anti-entrepreneur support government I remember. Yes. I know it's a quite left-wing government in Portugal, and I'm very left-wing myself. I don't talk about this too much, but I might as well say that I'm very left-wing. But I do think that left-wing government should support entrepreneurs, right? Because the idea of socialism is really to put the hands into the worker, right? And the small businesses are usually owner-operated businesses. So you guys should be supported. I mean, the people who should be taxed out of their mind are these big, large-scale corporations that obviously hire hundreds and thousands of people. But the small mom-and-pop shops, especially those offering jobs to the local community, and again, that are owner-operated, yeah, you guys should be getting all the support in the world. So says, oh, well, I'm a different kind of cat and always keep moving and paying taxes. Yeah, 35%. Honestly, the taxes are just as high here in the United States. Yeah, well, there you go. That's so cool, brother, man. I mean, we're all entitled. I respect that. You know, I actually have a lot more, as a left-winger, I have a lot more respect, believe it or not, conservatives than I do for liberals. So yeah, I totally get you. And socially, I'm some of my views are not considered very liberal at all. So we can always meet in the middle on various things. I agree with that. A-Rod, hope he's not a Chavez Jr. Yes, I can see that. I can see that. LT, what's going on? Thank you for joining us here live for the Leave It in the Ring Povetkin Whyte 2 live cast. So I'm going to drop the link here for anybody that ends up wanting to join in live to chop it up, either pre-fight, post-fight. I'll drop the link in for you guys, and I'll also throw the number up there on the board as well, so that anyone that wants to call in can get a call in too. I'm in the process of transferring my number back over from another line, so I've got a temporary number right now, but it does the trick, and I'm going to put it up there on the board so that everyone can see it. So the opponent's in the ring. Let's see if he ends up being cannon fodder or ends up putting up a fight for Matthew Haddon. I hope it's the latter, and we'll see what happens here. I don't know what the announced capacity for this fight is. It seems like they got a little bit of a crowd there. Haddon versus Ruiz. While they're doing this ring walk, I'm going to do a little bit of research here on this opponent. I got to break this habit before it becomes a really bad habit. I keep calling Campbell Haddon Matthew Haddon. Matthew, who famously went the distance with Canelo Alvarez in a catchweight fight. It's got some pretty cool intro music. Whoa, he walks like his father too, man. Let's see this. Whoa, okay. Well, I just looked up Jesus Ruiz. This guy has zero shot in this fight, guys. He's out of Spain, super featherweight. He has the remarkable record, and I use that word remarkable facetiously, of 0 wins, 10 losses, and 1 loss coming by knockout. So, yeah, let's just expect Matthew Haddon to just steamroll this dude. Honestly, I don't know why they pick a guy that's this bad. I don't know what that says about their confidence in the young man, but I think this is way too low a level of competition for anybody that wants to have a serious career in boxing. I mean, I just don't really see the point of fighting a guy that's 0-10. That's kind of crazy to me.
Live on Sky Sports Box Office at the Zone, we are set to go with a special lightweight featured attraction. It's all being brought to you courtesy.
So yeah, he's a guy whose 10 losses have come in the super featherweight division, guys, and he's stepping up to lightweight for this match. So don't really know. Andre answered my question. He says around 400, I think. I'm not sure, but I think around that number. Yeah. 0-10, dog. Let's see if they actually announce this guy's record. I notice they do that shit a lot of the times in the UK. They got these motherfuckers in there with like losing records, and then they act. Let's hear it.
White trim. He scaled 9 stone, 10 pounds, 6 ounces. This 10-fight veteran hails from Cadiz, Andalusia, Spain. Introducing
10-fight veteran. Woo! That's crazy. They did not announce the man's record. They just say he's a 10-fight. Oh yeah, thank you, Andre. 10-fight veteran. I've lowered the volume on that one, brother, man. Thank you so much for looking out for me. You know, DAZN keeps attacking my channel, man. I'm actually heading down to DAZN HQ on Monday. I'm not teaching next week because it's a spring break out here in New York City in the public school. So got a little time on my hands, not going anywhere with the wife. At least I haven't planned to yet for the break. So I'm going to make my way down to DAZN HQ, man. I got my selfie stick. It arrived courtesy of Amazon Prime. Take that selfie stick out. I'll start recording once I hit the pavement outside my apartment in the Bronx. We'll walk it down to the subway, head on to the subway, ride that bitch downtown to World Trade Center, and they will be seeing me at DAZN HQ on Monday. Looking forward to that. Ronald Finkley, brother man, thank you so much for joining us here. You're in good company, man. We got LT, we got Andre, we got my main man, Nando, in the house. Okay, we had A-Rod here join us and Tony, the man, Boswell. So here we go. Haddon. He definitely looks a lot like his father. That is for sure. He looks a lot like his father, man. Ooh, he just got tagged with a body shot. He's being physical with his opponent too, much like his father was as well. Definitely he's got that kind of physical, aggressive, offensive style. Let's see if he implements kind of the body attack his father was known for. His guard is a little bit different. He's almost got that Mayweather kind of guard where he holds his hands up and out a little bit. But the bouncing around, that's a Haddon trait for sure. Good body shot there. He's definitely trying to attack the body. Ooh, another body shot, hook to the head. He's getting tagged a bit, though, especially with the left hand. He's eating some hooks here. Maybe this is why they have him against an 0-10 opponent. A little crafty move there by his opponent holding his arm. I think his opponent just been very badly managed. Fighting guys on their pro debuts, fighting guys with winning records. I don't know how many more of these fights he's going to have in him if he gets sparked today, though. Good jab by Haddon. Let's see if he doubles it up. He's pretty much throwing one jab at one punch at a time right now. Against a guy like this, he really should see if he could kind of throw those combos together. Body attack is there, kind of measuring his opponent up for rights by holding his left hand out there. A lot of refs won't let you get away with that. Body attack there. Punch to the back of the head. And then a shove to the floor. Well, first round Haddon. His opponent did touch him up a little bit, especially with hooks, but nothing crazy. I don't think anything there really hurt him at all. A lot of nervous energy, I think, there first round, but that's normal. I mean, it is his pro debut after all. There's the body attack there to the left. He did double up his punches there, hook to the head, hook to the body. Yeah. And there was the punch kind of to the back of the head that was followed by a shove. Hurricane Haddon. Not a bad nickname. I remember the famous New Jersey native Reuben Hurricane Carter, wrongly convicted, spent many, many years in prison, wrote a very good book, and actually was portrayed by Denzel Washington in the biopic. Fun fact, Reuben Hurricane Carter actually moved to Canada and I believe now resides in Toronto because he was that upset about the United States and its criminal justice system. There's Haddon again. Okay, you're ahead of me. I wish I could move forward, but I don't think I'll be able to. But thank you, Andre, for watching your comments. Just hold those comments, Andre, like you said, for 10 seconds or so. I know that can be kind of frustrating when you're a big boxing fan like we are. Ooh, good body attack. So here's what I've seen right now. Matthew Haddon throws hooks with the left and the right. I'd like to see him kind of use some straight punches now, see how much of that he has in his arsenal. He's throwing the jab. I'd like to see a straight right. Because he's coming wide with a lot of his shots. There's another hook there. He throws a lot of hooks and roundhouse punches, which is fine, but I'd like to see a few straight shots right down the middle. Classic 1-2s, and see how he can do with that. Here he goes, winging wild hooks again. Here's the thing. If this guy can go for the full 4 rounds with Hurricane Haddon, I do not think that's going to be a good look for the boy. If Jesus Ruiz can take Hurricane Haddon the full 4 rounds, this will not be a good look for him. The Spanish fighter is doing a pretty good job at kind of smothering his work and holding and clinching. I mean, it's not a winning strategy, but it's definitely a survival strategy that's going to allow. Oh, he's now throwing punches on Haddon. Kind of arm punches, not much power behind them, but he's definitely hitting Haddon. And he's going to survive the second round here. Honestly, I have not really, he's busted up for sure, but he definitely has not been badly hurt at any time in this round. Thank you so much, Major Key. I really respect that, man. Really respect that. Thank you so much. Ronald Finkley. Yes, he did. Bob Dylan made a song about Hurricane Carter. Honestly, the movie was not very good. I didn't like it, mostly because I read the book, and the book was like incredible. My mom bought me that book when I was a kid, and it was really, really, really enjoyable to read. Tough to read at times, especially as a kid, but definitely enjoyable. And again, Major Key, thank you so much for stopping by, brother. Really appreciate your support. And as I'll always remember that exchange between you and Gabriel Montoya on HCP Uncensored. I went back and listened to it a couple times. It was very, very entertaining, brother. Andre says that Chavalo Rubin Cleveland. How do I get this back up there? Chavalo Rubin, Cleveland Williams, Zora Foley, Doug Jones, Liston, Floyd Patterson, and Ingemar were 8 of the top 10 by 1958-59. Yeah, all great names that you mentioned over there. So this dude has entered the third round with Haddon. And to be honest, when I saw the 0-10 record, I was expecting a first round knockout. Like I said, before this fight, I hadn't really looked into this guy very much and was just saying, well, they probably lined up a soft touch for him. And even saying that, I was surprised to see a 0-10 record with one loss by knockout. He's starting to waver here. I can see a little bit. Let's see if he can survive the third round. Ooh, good body shot by Haddon again. Ruiz, the Spanish fighter, is doing his best to survive and is still throwing shots. He is tagging Haddon cleanly. Haddon really seems to be putting in everything behind his punches, and he is blowing heavy right now. Ooh. Most of his shots seem to be power shots. I don't really see him varying his attack that much in terms of changing speed, changing power. A lot of bouncing around and then throwing heavy hooks, which is probably a reason that Ruiz is able to kind of not just time them, but brace himself for these shots. I mean, Haddon's throwing almost everything he can every time he throws a hook. Just threw an uppercut there, missed with an uppercut. Well, I'm going to make a prediction right here, guys. Unless the ref stops this fight early, Ruiz is going the full 4 rounds. Based on what I'm seeing, I don't see him getting knocked out here. And he comes back with arm punches even when you think he's hurt and really tired. He's got 15 seconds left in this round. Another shot by body shot by Haddon. They just don't really seem to be having the kind of desired effect that you would think would be coming from a Haddon body shot. But maybe it's unfair to compare this kid to his father and what his father was able to. Look at Ruiz there, man, tapping him on the back and kind of saying to him, look, man, I'm here. I'm ready to go 4 rounds, so I'll see you in round number 4. We're seeing footage of Whyte making his way into the annals of this stadium in Gibraltar. This stadium is likely the stadium that's seen multiple beatdowns as it relates to Gibraltar taking on England, Gibraltar taking on Portugal, Gibraltar taking on Romania, Gibraltar taking on pretty much every country in Europe in European and World Cup football qualifying matches. That's really when Gibraltar came onto my radar. But as a geography buff, I always like looking at maps and looking into places. And it's also been an interesting spot, again, kind of between Spain and North Africa, Morocco, halfway between the two. Apparently you can see both Spain and Morocco on opposite sides of Gibraltar. Yep, Ruben Hurricane Carter was definitely not a heavyweight. Tommy Hurricane Jackson is who you were referring to. Yep, definitely. Yeah, Ruben Hurricane Carter did not fight as a heavyweight. Like I said, the movie starring Denzel Washington, one of the great Hollywood actors, did not live up to my expectations at all. Not really because of the acting, but more because of the poor storytelling. Honestly, it's the kind of story that would have done much better as a miniseries than as a movie. Ooh, Ruiz is tagging him, man. I mean, they're arm punches. They don't have much power behind them. But I guess this is how Ruiz makes his bread and butter, man. Taking prospects to distance and being sturdy, but not really putting up much of a threat in terms of punching power. You can see he doesn't move his hips. He doesn't put his legs into his punches at all. I honestly don't know what his trainer does with him, because he's just throwing arm punch after arm punch. It's pretty much all he's been doing the whole fight. The commentators are saying they thought he was out of there the second round. I didn't see that at all. He was absorbing the shots and coming back with his arm punches. Look, he's throwing arm punches right now. We're in the fourth round. Nando, man. Real life Don Flamenco. Absolutely. Well, we might find out if after a few fights, I keep calling him Matthew Haddon, if Campbell Haddon is a Don Nadie. Because right now, he ain't really put up much to impress me. Not against a 0-10 fighter who's about to go to distance with him. Guys, remember, this dude, Ruiz, is a 0-10 fighter. 0 meaning wins. 10 meaning losses. And he is about to go to distance with Campbell Haddon. He's 15 seconds away, 10 seconds away now of going to distance with Matthew. Sorry, what a bad habit I'm developing. Campbell Haddon. I'm just going to call him the soup. That's how I'm going to remember him. Campbell Haddon as in Campbell soup. Esco Hiosniemi, thank you for joining us, man. Real good seeing you here on the live cast. You're in very good company. We got Andre, we've got Nando, LT's in the building, Ronald Finkley, Major Key Boxing, LT. Everybody is in the house. You're here joined by, me, Maestro A, a.k.a. Master A, a.k.a. Amilcar is my first name. I'm the co-host of Leave It in the Ring. On the Leave It in the Ring podcast network, I also host my own podcast. When I go live on YouTube, I call it Live at 5 because that's when I run the stream live at 5, Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then it gets uploaded as Maestro A Boxing on the Leave It in the Ring network. You can find that on Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and all other places where you catch your podcasts. I just got to say, some of our podcasts are the best in the business, guys. You got Leave It in the Ring. You got my shit. You've got Hispanics Causing Panic. You got The Shoe Shine. And you've got Hispanics Causing Panic Uncensored. Support all of our channels. So my prediction is actually, sorry to take so long to answer your question, Esco. I'm predicting Povetkin by knockout. I'd say about 70% of that is what I want to happen, and 30% of it is what I think will happen, but that's what I'm going with. Dillian Whyte was brutally knocked out. That was my knockout of the year last year. I think it had to be a co-knockout of the year at least for everybody. All right. I had it as a co-knockout of the year. And it's very difficult to recover from a knockout loss like that, especially when you rely on pressure and aggression and less on defense and boxing. Defensively, as Whyte does. Defensively, Whyte isn't really that great. I often have issues with his aerobic capacity. I don't think his cardio is usually very good. He usually comes out into the fights overweight. Even this weigh-in, people were saying, oh, he's in tremendous shape. This is the best I've ever seen him. Then I watched the weigh-in, and he's like got a belly hanging out over his waistline. He didn't really look that impressive to me in terms of his physique. Guys, yesterday was my birthday, man. I'm in my late 30s. I'll be turning 40 in a few, and I'm in better shape physically, and I literally just train a couple hours a few times a week, and like I don't have that kind of belly fat. I just don't get it. These guys are professional athletes. Like I'm a phys ed teacher by trade, and I do my little thing, but the idea that you'd just be fat as a guy that wants to win a heavyweight world championship, to me, just does not make much sense. So it's a tough one. Guys, how do you rate that performance by Matthew Haddon? Oh, I did it again. Campbell Haddon. Out of 10, honestly, I'm going to rate that a 6. 6 out of 10. I wasn't really that impressed, to be honest. That guy was a 0-10 fighter. You got to knock a guy like that out. You got to make a statement. I wasn't very impressed by a 4-rounder going 4 rounds when you're in there against a guy that's got 0 wins and 10 losses. My beautiful wife is bringing me a drink, which I very much needed. Thank you so much. No, that's good. Thank you. So I'm just going to listen to this interview real quick and then give my thoughts. Okay, first of all, this dude's a grown man too. Like, he has a kid, for God's sakes. Don't use that as an excuse, boy. You're a grown man as well. And this guy was like way skinnier and way less durable physically than I think Haddon is. So, I mean, he did go to distance, but he did not look like a solid dude at all. Bro, Nando and Andre, you're making me adjust my shitty scoring. You're absolutely right. I'm switching my shit to a 5 out of 10. That was a D-level performance. You're absolutely right, Nando. I should have come in more negative off the jump. I was trying to be not Mr. Negativity, but he's got a long way to go. Let's hear what Matthew Haddon has to say. Okay, it wasn't a good start. Hopefully he does learn from it. So Matthew Haddon saying that he saw flashes. I gotta agree with Andre. I saw flashes of the left hook, flashes of his father's left hook, but the difference was Ricky Haddon folded motherfuckers with that left hook. Like, he had them gassing for air, rolling around on the ground, like they didn't know what they were hit with. I did not see this from Campbell Haddon. Never been stopped. Brother, he had 10 losses, fam. 10 losses going into this fight. Stop rating Ruiz. You can't rate Ruiz. The guy was 0-10. Come on now. What I'm going to say right now is that this kid does not have the body punching power of his father. His father folded Jose Luis Castillo, or as Mayweather used to call him, Castillo. He folded Castillo, and Castillo is a man that can take a fucking body punch, not Mr. Ruiz, who was an 0-10 fighter. You know, we can now put this kid more in the, I'd say, unless he improves greatly, Shane Mosley Jr., Chavez Jr. category. In fact, Chavez Jr. was a world champion. I don't know if this kid's going to be a world champion, but like they're fair enough saying he's got a long way to go. At least they're saying that he's got a long way to go. And guys, check out the action of Castillo. I'm gonna let my man in over here. We just had somebody come in. I think it was Esco. Esco, come back in if you can, man. Come back in. I'm going to drop the link again for you if you want to come back in and join us. Keep the convo going. I'm also taking calls, guys. I've got my call set up over here. I'm not at my usual desk where I usually run my podcasting and my video, and I'm kind of sitting out in my chair in my lounge. Shout out to my wife for selecting this chair. It's a very comfortable chair. It's way more comfy than what I usually use. But yeah, you guys can call in. The number's there on the screen. The number's right there on the screen. You guys can call in if you wish. 917-426-8061. Just remember to put that country code in there if you are not in the United States. And I'll make sure that I've got my Skype up here so that I can take Skypes as well. I'm on Skype at elmaestroamilcar@gmail.com. That is also on the screen up there for you guys. So yeah, I mean, look, let's be clear. His dad would have folded this dude, bro. Or bros, plural. His dad would have folded this dude. His dad folded Jose Luis Castillo to the body and multiple other guys. I'm naming Castillo because Castillo to me is like obviously an elite fighter. One of the toughest guys I've ever seen fight. And he folded Castillo to the body. So, you know, his dad was a tremendous body puncher, tremendous. And I just don't see that quite yet with his son. I just don't, not yet. Well, I got to remember Andre's suggestion here. I got to lower the volume on my TV. I was just listening to the interviews there. I don't really think they're going to be saying that much interesting right now. What I'll do is I'll check out my Twitter and I will send out some invites to some of the homies in case any of them want to jump on here. Yo, I almost started to do something today, Nando. I was going to name it Saturday Morning Walk. Now that I got my little selfie stick, I was going to walk around the South Bronx here, get some early morning light cardio in, kickstart my metabolism and all that good stuff. And I was actually going to talk about the De La Hoya comeback. Honestly, I'm going to watch. I'd like to see who he faces off against. But if he's coming back as a welterweight, I don't know, man. I don't see Manny or Floyd fighting him. Neither of them have anything to gain. And they can both make just as much money, I think, fighting other people. You know, Floyd's about to fight a fucking YouTube guy and is going to make a bunch of money doing it. So I don't see, plus he's a pretty spiteful dude. I don't see him giving De La Hoya a rematch. I mean, he didn't do it before when they had a rematch clause. I don't know if you guys remember, but he let that go a whole year. And then was like, you know what? I'm retired. Not going to fight you again. So I don't see him fighting De La Hoya again. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all, actually. And as for Pacquiao, I just don't see Pacquiao really taking him on either. I think Pacquiao has been there, done that, and he actually does want to test himself, it seems, against younger guys. Now, I think maybe De La Hoya tried to go after like one of these regular titles, or maybe if somebody's made franchise at the WBC, he goes after like a regular WBC belt, and then maybe tries to pull a George Foreman or a Bernard Hopkins. I don't think anyone's ever won a welterweight world title at his age, so that would be a remarkable feat if he can do it. But I don't know about you guys. He does not strike me as a guy who's been keeping himself in great shape since he retired. I just don't. LT says Mayweather sold his soul to Satan, bro. He has no soul right now. He's definitely not really aligned himself with the boxing gods recently, that's for sure. Now, back to De La Hoya. I mean, I see him pudgy in the face, pudgy in the body when he's at these press conferences. I don't know how seriously he's been taking his promoting. You look at a guy like Eddie Hearn, right? And Eddie Hearn does not even need to work from notes, not even for his undercard fighters. Like, he knows the opponent, he knows his undercard guys, he knows their backgrounds. He can just rifle off information in interview after interview, okay? You can juxtapose that with De La Hoya. De La Hoya is out there reading off notes to discuss Virgil Ortiz or Ryan Garcia. And when he's doing it, he, like I said, he's pudgy in the face, pudgy in the body. They're showing Dillian Whyte dapping up Chris Congo, who just lost. Chris Congo looks very upset. I'd be upset too. I mean, he just lost a major fight. I was actually on a show with Chris Congo not that long ago. Shout out to the Undisputed podcast out there in London doing that thing. I was on there when they were interviewing Chris Congo, who was actually very confident going into this fight. Turns out that maybe he was a little bit too confident because he didn't really perform that well. So here are the results. Again, Eric Pfeiffer, Nick Webb, that was a TKO. Chris Congo, as I just said, lost the unanimous decision. Campbell Haddon won on points. Why don't they put unanimous decision there? That was a unanimous decision, wasn't it? They showed unanimous decision for Congo and points for Haddon. I mean, sorry, for McKinson, they put UD, but for Haddon, they put points. I don't really get that. Next fight should be a good one. Tez Cheeseman is usually an exciting guy in his fights, and James Metcalf is the favorite here. This is the son of a former British boxer who's trained by his father and who pretty big things are expected of. I expect this to be a good test. Like I said, Cheeseman usually brings it. You see the prestigious Lonsdale belt over there. It looks a lot like the Ring Magazine belt, but no, that's not the Ring Magazine belt. That's the Lonsdale belt. Nando asks, I wonder what the zone thinks about this whole thing. De La Hoya threw some shade their way this week about the Ortiz fight. Nando, let me know what you're talking about in terms of the shade. I definitely think it's interesting that he's not making his comeback on DAZN and he's making it on Thriller. That's quite interesting, especially considering that DAZN is pretty much keeping Golden Boy alive right now. If it weren't for DAZN, really, who would be televising Golden Boy fights? Maybe the internet? I don't really know. Like YouTube? Maybe they'd sign a contract with IFL TV like MTK Global does. But, there's no more HBO, guys. So as far as I'm concerned, that was kind of a lifeblood for them. Lifeblood. I'm going to just adjust my camera real quick, guys. And I will get back to talking in a bit. All right, so, wrong mic. I got two cameras and two mics set up. So, I hadn't heard of that, bro. De La Hoya was upset that no DAZN executives showed up in Dallas. Interesting. I didn't know about that. I hadn't heard about that. I don't know really what to say. I mean, I guess it is a pandemic. Honestly, if I was in the United States, well, not in the United States, I am in the United States, I'm in New York. If I was a DAZN executive in New York, I don't know if I would show up to that fight in Dallas either. I mean, Dallas, these motherfuckers over there in Dallas that kind of run the show down there, a bunch of super far right conservative dudes that don't believe in mask wearing or anything else. I don't know if I would be showing up in a state like that either. It's bad enough here in New York. I live in an area where a lot of people are like loose with their mask wearing. You got guys that wear it around their chin. You got guys that just put it over the face, but not over their nose, or their mouth, but not over their nose. So there you go. So look, Cheeseman's coming off a win, guys. Last summer in August, he beat Sam Egginton. That was a pretty good fight. But before that, he lost to Scott Fitzgerald. He had a draw with Kieran Conway, had lost to Sergio Garcia, and that loss followed 3 straight wins. So Cheeseman has kind of been a little bit up and down, whereas Metcalf has won his last 7 fights. Well, he's undefeated. They're just showing his last 7 fights. Last one being against Jan Balog. He's been active for a little bit longer. His last fight was over a year ago in February 2020. So we'll see if that plays a role. But I would say that Cheeseman might very well be the best guy he's fought so far. So let's see how it goes as we check out their ring walks out there in Gibraltar. Tail of the tape. (24, 32, 5'10", 5'9", 153.6, 133.8. We'll see. I actually don't even know who the betting favorite in this fight is. I don't really always look at that. So Nando, going back to the De La Hoya thing, is saying that those Golden Boy cards are typically entertaining and one of the main reasons I'm happy with my subscription. Yeah, I don't blame you. I mean, I don't disagree with you. They are pretty good. I'm not going to say that they're not. I just definitely think, though, too, that, DAZN is definitely a lifeblood to De La Hoya right now. And if it weren't for DAZN, I don't know where De La Hoya's company would be. Having said that, I think they definitely need Golden Boy too, because if you take the Golden Boy cards out of the equation, what really are they doing? Not that much. All right, give me 1 moment, guys. I'm just going to take care of something, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back right in time for this fight to start. Let's see how this one plays out. Like I said, I expect this fight to be pretty entertaining. I believe, like I said, Metcalf, unless I got the Metcalf wrong, is trained by his father. And that can usually go one of a different ways. I'm finished, and I would like to know, does Hellenius have a chance to beat Kaunaki again, in your opinion, if the rematch happens? Bro, I absolutely do. I absolutely do. He did a tremendous job in the last fight. That last fight actually happened right here in New York City at the Barclays in Brooklyn. And I oftentimes head down to the Brooklyn Barclays Center for fights. And that was honestly one of the most exciting fights to take place there. Definitely in the heavyweight division. And he could definitely do it again. The thing that happened, I think, there in that fight was that Kaunaki's pressure style usually kind of wears guys down. And it just didn't with Hellenius. Hellenius took his best shots and came back. And anytime somebody gets hit as much as Kaunaki, they're oftentimes going to be susceptible to getting knocked out, which is exactly what that happened in that fight. The Crocodile Giraffe is joining us too. Thank you for joining us. Don't quite know what you mean with your comment, but that's usually a comeback for somebody that said something that you don't agree with. Nando, weather bulletin, Hurricane Haddon has been officially downgraded to scattered showers. Oh man. You know what? As a Caribbean person myself, you know, my family has been living with hurricanes for a long, long time. You know, both on the African Caribbean side and on the indigenous Caribbean side. And I don't think any one of my relatives living in the afterlife would ever look at that performance and equate it with a hurricane. I'm just going to say that. I think you're absolutely right, Nando. That is very, very true. So this is for the vacant British title, welterweight title. Like I said, Metcalf is undefeated, a little bit older, has a few more fights. And I think this is going to be a good fight. They're both starting off well with their jabs. Cheeseman's jabbing to the head, jabbing to the body, followed up with a right hand. Metcalf is giving him angles, good head movement there. Very evasive after throwing his punch. Caught a uppercut with his glove there. This is gonna be a good fight, guys. I was actually very, very interested in this fight and looking forward to it. Because as I said, I've never seen Cheeseman in a bad fight. And I know Metcalf's plans to bring it, so he wants to make noise in the welterweight division. He's in his 30s now. It's time for him to get started. And Cheeseman is a good scalp if he can get it. Veered a little bit low there, I think. See them fighting on the inside now. Good jab, good uppercut by Metcalf. good jab again. I like how he's finishing his combinations with the jab at times, but starting them with the jab. Another jab there. Ooh, ate a right hand, though, by Metcalf. Sorry, ate a right hand by Cheeseman. A little bit of clinching now. Ooh, swung for that uppercut. Cheeseman's already getting red. That could be because of his very, very pale complexion, but his face is already starting to really redden up here. Cheeseman's gotten up against the ropes. Metcalf's fighting off the ropes, taking it back to center ring. They're both working very well off their jabs. The jab's definitely going to play a significant role in this fight, as I think it should always play a role in all fights. Metcalf went to the body there. I like the work by Metcalf right now. Love the way he's pumping the jab. His punch variety here is very good. He just threw a 1-2 uppercut. Another jab. He's pretty much jabbing, coming back with a jab, and then every now and again throwing a 3-punt combination. That seems to be his rhythm. But he has no problems launching that uppercut either. And now he just switched to southpaw, which I saw him do earlier in the round as well. I've given this round to Metcalf. I got it 10 rounds to 9 right now. Let me know what you guys think. Crocodile Giraffe will do, my brother. Lester, very happy birthday. March 27th. It's actually a day after my birthday. And it's actually the birthday of a friend of mine as well. Fellow Aries. LT, man, with this Whyte, guys, you can really tell if the shot's landing on the face or not. Absolutely. Look at Cheeseman's face. Halfway through the round, I'm like, this guy's getting busted up. I think he got a little cut there, too. Yeah, it's kind of a half mouse, half cut. Here we go, round 2. I think Cheeseman's really got to do a better job at kind of slipping and parrying shots, catching and countering. He got hit with the jab a lot that round. Showing some head movement this round. I'm sure he got that instruction in the corner. Move your head a little bit. He's not standing as still as he was. He's actually moving now, kind of much of the way Metcalf was the first round. Now Metcalf is coming in strong. Metcalf seamlessly moves between orthodox and southpaw. It's got an interesting style. Kind of a very old school style. It's the kind of style where I think if you put him in the 1950s, he wouldn't be out of place at all. And I'm talking about J.J. Metcalf. Very classic boxing technique. I just saw Crocodile Giraffe, what you're asking me to say there. That's a funny one. Yep. The guys have both established the styles they're going to be fighting. And if they keep this up, this is going to be a very tremendous fight. It's definitely going to be a war of attrition here. Metcalf is kind of alternating between boxing on his toes to going to war where when he thinks it's appropriate. Right now, you kind of see him back to the ropes, waiting to counter Cheeseman. Whereas earlier in the fight, or so early in the round, he was kind of being the more of the aggressor. So I think we're going to see him kind of alternating between these two styles. Ooh. Kind of rolled with that punch there, with that Cheeseman punch. I like Cheeseman's body attack there just now. Jab to the body, followed up with hooks to the body. Yeah, listen, Crocodile, I teach middle school kids, bro. You're not going to catch me with that one. The first time I saw it, I thought it was a legit birthday thing. That's cool, though. Good try, my man. Better luck next time. Thank you, Mr. Crocodile. I respect that very much, and I appreciate it. So D-Style runs a thing on his channel where when you can spot my cat, he throws up a little bread. You can see one of my two cats is over there on the sofa. He likes to hang out with me when I'm in the back here doing my boxing stuff. Yeah. Ted Cheeseman's face is starting to look like some grated cheese, man. His name is the Big Cheese, the Big Kahuna. Ooh, that was a good right hand by Cheeseman. Like I said, I have not seen Cheeseman in a bad fight. He's usually in really good fights. Honestly, I do not see these guys. Actually, I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh just yet. I definitely don't see Cheeseman competing for a world title. The jury's out for me on JJ Metcalf. He does seem solid. I mean, his defense is there. He just ate a jab, but he seems like a rugged guy. And he definitely has a few tools in his shed as it relates to his punch variety. See that veteran tactic leaning on the guy's neck when he jumps in. And tides have changed here as Cheeseman now is more with his back to the ropes and Metcalf is the one pressing. Ooh, nice counter hook, though, by Cheeseman. Ooh, another one. Cheeseman hurt him. Cheeseman definitely got his attention there. Oops, headbutt. Oof. Told you guys, man. Not that you didn't know. You guys are all hardcore heads, but I have never seen Cheeseman in a bad fight. Jake Paul or Ben Askren. Thank you, LT. I appreciate that. Crocodile, I got to say on that one, Jake Paul. I think this guy, Ben Askren, was handpicked by Jake Paul's team. Jake Paul's definitely the A side, and they've handpicked his opponent. Ben Askren, a guy who in mixed martial arts did not have much of a striking game. Crocodile, I teach physical education. That is a subject I teach. And I've seen it and heard it all, especially with middle school boys. But you know what? Middle school girls, too. Don't let them fool you. These guys are definitely going to war. One thing I'd say, though, is that I like about Metcalf right now is that he's sticking to the jab. He's sticking to his boxing. I don't know. I think I might have given that last round to Cheeseman. I stopped scoring it while I was looking at the chat. Hopefully KSI destroys Jake. I thought Jake Paul was fighting Mayweather, Esco. Am I wrong about that? I thought he was fighting. The Tuesday inning. Yep. I figured you were from the UK, bro. I used to live out in the UK. I'm very familiar with UK humor. I'll tell you who I am hoping that gets a win tonight. It's my fellow teacher, or at least he was a teacher, Eric Molina. If he's ever going to get a big win, I think tonight's the night to do it, because while Fabio Wardley is not very experienced and has yet to go anywhere near the level that Eric Molina, two-time world title challenger, has been at. So I wasn't impressed again with his physical conditioning, at least what I saw physically in the weigh-in. But I don't know. I'm hoping he gets the win. I got to support my fellow teachers. Cheeseman's trying to pot shot a little bit now. He's not working off the jab as he was earlier. See him pot shotting there, moving away. He's trying to switch it up. Metcalf just switched to southpaw. The only thing I have noticed about his southpaw stance is he is a little bit more squared up when he's southpaw, and you just saw him eat a punch there from the southpaw stance and switch back to orthodox. I just heard the British commentator say, let's have a tear up here. I think Cheeseman's a little bit wary of that because of the cut right near his left eye. I don't think any more clashes of heads are going to be good for that cut. So if I'm Cheeseman, I'm doing exactly what he's doing. I'm trying to box from the outside. I just try to establish the jab again, get the jab going. And he's been doing a decent job of jabbing to the solar plexus, one of my favorite punches in boxing. Ooh. Oh, he got him. Oh, he's hurt him. He's going to go down. He's going to go down. Let's see if Cheeseman can get the KO. Oh, Metcalf is recovered, I think, here. But, oh, no, he ate another right hand. He's eating shots. Oh, he's on bad legs. He's eating right hands right now. And Cheeseman's definitely going for the KO. He's got 51 seconds. Let's see if he can do it. Oh, uppercut. He's got to mix it up to the body. Cheeseman does. He just ate a counter. And he looks like he's very tired right now. He's throwing arm punches. Maybe he's throwing arm punches to set up a big shot. It looks like he was doing. Oh, another big shot with the right hand. But it looks like J.J. Metcalf is recovered here. At least he's got his legs under him again. His legs seem a lot steadier, but he's still eating shots. Oh, another left hook. Referee's got to keep an eye on this. Metcalf's got a black eye developing under his left eye. No, I did not know what nuns meant. Okay, so here we go. Corner time, guys. That was a huge round for Cheeseman. Could have even been scored a 10-8. Well, I just got rid of Crocodile Giraffe. This dude's been saying some inappropriate shit, and I don't really got time for it. I don't know why he's obsessed with talking about child molesters and this kind of thing. As a teacher and as somebody that teaches and cares for children. I don't really find that kind of humor very funny at all. So he can go check out another channel. Ted Cheeseman, James Metcalf. He's come back with the right hand. I don't know if I'm Cheeseman, I might want to test that a little bit, but that depends on how good his conditioning is, because he definitely rocked Metcalf in the last round, and Metcalf has got to be wary right now about the power because he was definitely hurt. All credit to him for not going down, though. He does have a really good chin, and I think his conditioning is obviously very good, too. Ooh. Cheeseman is landing some shots, dog. LT says when he used to live in Mexico, he had a friend and his nickname was Queso, and he was white like Cheeseman. I believe it. Cheeseman almost looks like an albino. The only reason I know he's not is because of his hair color. He is really pale. I've actually got some albinos in my family. Great people. What part of Mexico did you live in, LT? I used to live in Coyoacán in DF. Lived there twice. Once when I was 19 and again when I was 22. I know. Isn't it crazy, Nando, that Triple G's avoiding Munguia? Bro, Triple G's finished as an elite fighter as far as I'm concerned. He doesn't want Charlo. He doesn't want Andrade. He won't even take on Munguia. I mean, he was willing to take on Munguia when Munguia was like 19, 20 and was a 154-pounder. But now that the guy's grown up a bit and is filled out a bit, he doesn't want to take him on. That's crazy. Matamoros, Tamaulipas. I don't really think I've been there. I think I've been to Tamaulipas before, but I don't think I've been to Matamoros. Let me check that out on the map. You know what? I have been over there, dog. I have been over there. And I'll tell you when it was. I'll tell you exactly when it was. So a few years ago, shipped a car from England where I was living to, I shipped a car from England where I was living to Galveston, Texas. And it cost me a bit of money, but I was on my way to Belize, which is where my mom is from. Her father is from Mexico, but my mom was born in Belize. And I drove that car pretty close by there. And I drove it all the way through Mexico, all the way to a place where my mom is from in Belize called Benque Viejo del Carmen. And that drive took me through there. Water finds its levels, I guess. You're absolutely right, Nando. LT, border city. Yep, that's definitely it. Definitely it. John D, saludos. Thank you. Thank you for joining us today. Like I said, you guys are in great company. You too, Chicano Prophet, thank you so much. I guess you guys are getting a little bit more excited round by round here, not just by this fight, but by the fact that We're getting closer and closer to Povetkin Whyte 2. Yes, I definitely crossed Brownsville, Texas, LT. I was living in England for a bit, and when I was out there, I bought a car and a motorcycle. Funny enough, I was a little bit more indulgent back then in terms of what I spent my money on. I don't see myself buying a car again anytime soon, being here in New York City because of the subway, but similar subway situation when I was in London. But like, you know what? I'm working out here. Let me buy a car. Let me buy a motorcycle. Anyways, I ended up leaving my bike there, but shipping my car to Galveston. Galveston, Texas, and then crossed at Brownsville. Exactly. And then I drove from Brownsville over to Mexico and through Mexico all the way to DF, stopping there to see some really good friends I have out there. I actually picked up a friend of mine who, unbeknownst to me, anyways, I won't tell that story because it involved a little bit of illegal activity, but he did something without telling me and I got really upset with him afterwards. But long story short, I picked him up and we drove to Belize. You're heading to Cancun, Chicano. I was just there not too long ago with my wife. We went to the Riviera Maya and headed south from Cancun to Tulum. And it was a really nice time that we had out there. I'm very familiar with that area because, like I said, on my mom's side, my family's from Quintana Roo and from Belize. So I've been going through there, Cancun, Chetumal, Belize, pretty much my entire life, starting with the age of 0. So I think you're definitely going to have a good time. If anybody's interested in all-inclusive trips to Mexico at a very good price, so 6 days, 5 nights, all-inclusive at nice resorts. Never really been a big resort guy. First time I went to a resort was during the pandemic, honestly. But I've been sold. They're okay, man, at least for one-offs once a year. Let me know, and I'll hook you up with some great deals, man. 2 adults, up to 2 kids, 6 days, 5 nights, and you'll be shocked with the price that I can get you on those. So just hit me up and I'll let you know all about it. This pandemic, I've gone to Cabo San Lucas twice and to Cancun twice since the pandemic started, all on really great deals. So back to the fight. It's actually still going strong. Metcalf now to me has shown that he's not really going to be competing at the world title level, I don't think. He does have a really strong chin because I know Cheeseman can punch. But I just think he gets hit way too much. And Cheeseman obviously does as well. So, guys, why don't you share your predictions for the fight, man? I know I've done a lot of talking about Povetkin Whyte. Who do you see winning? Do you see it at a unanimous decision? Do you guys see a knockout? I've already predicted made my prediction. I got Whyte losing by knockout. I did it very emphatically and dramatically on Thursday's Leave It in the Ring roundtable, hosted by none other than D-Style Boxing. Shout out to D-Style. He's got some great T-shirts and hoodies out there. HCP hoodies that look pretty dope. Ooh, he just hit Cheeseman with a right hand. Cheeseman looks hurt now. Cheeseman looks like he's ready to go. He's definitely hurt. Let's see if Metcalf can figure it out. Oh, Cheeseman just hit him back. Metcalf's got to go to the body, man. Don't just focus on the head right now. Chicano's also got Povetkin by KO. Yeah, so do I, man. So do I. I'd also really like to see it happen, too. I was not impressed at all by Whyte's accusations that Povetkin was faking the COVID, having COVID. I just didn't like that at all. I just felt it was totally outrageous. Especially a guy that just beat you up, knocked you out specifically, and has agreed to fight you in a rematch. Like, why are you throwing that shade at him? I just don't get it. Esco says Whyte by 9th round KO. Honestly, it could happen. I mean, he did drop Povetkin twice in the 4th, right? LT says, I hope Pop wins and KO's Whyte again, but I think Whyte might win. Look, it's heavyweight boxing. It could go either way. In this one, 2 reasons I picked Povetkin. One, I don't like Whyte. I just don't like him. At the beginning, I thought that his talk was a little bit endearing, but now I just think it's just too much. I don't really like it. But also, specifically to boxing, I mean, he was just brutally knocked out in the last fight, and that's got to play some psychological toll on him. I mean, and if he does come back and knocks out Povetkin, all credit to him. I just hope that he does the honorable thing and gives Povetkin a rubber match. I don't know if he will or not, but I think that's only fair, especially if he wins by unanimous decision like AJ did. The only reason I think that you can justify Andy Ruiz not getting a rubber match is because Andy Ruiz did not show up in shape for that fight. And call me old school, but I think you got to be a professional, man. And it's tough to ask for a rubber match when you had every opportunity to defend your heavyweight title and you just blew it out on buffets and on not training. Shout out to Andy Ruiz, though, for looking like he's in a little bit better shape now than he was before. Just give me 1 sec while I adjust this cam real quick. I got the 2 cam setup going here. I actually had a friend of mine that was going to be joining me today, but who at the last minute couldn't make it. So I ended up just throwing out the 2 camera setup anyways. 2's better than 1. I've got the feeling now that this fight might be going the distance. A couple rounds ago, I thought that we still might see a knockout, but what I've noticed here is that both guys seem to be able to recover when they're getting hurt from the other guy's shots. They both seem to be in really good physical shape. They really obviously are 2 really well-conditioned boxers and have shown that they have got good recuperative skills. Chicano, I agree. Ruiz saying I'll take the 3rd fight seriously made me sick. He should have taken it seriously when he was the defending champ and making real money. Absolutely. I mean, if you don't have any motivation to train when you're the heavyweight champion of the world, I mean, come on, bro. Come on, bro. I mean, he came in heavier for the 2nd fight than he did for the 1st fight. And in the 1st fight, he took it on last minute's notice. Well, not last minute, but I believe it was like a 4 weeks notice, man. He had all the time in the world to train for the rematch and came in worse shape for the rematch than he did for the 1st fight when he came in as a late substitute for an even bigger embarrassment in Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Tough for me to say that because Jarrell, believe it or not, is a Central American, man. Central American Caribbean dude, much like myself. Except in his case, his mom is from Central America and his dad is from the Caribbean. His dad's from Haiti. So Jarrell's actually kind of a close family friend of my uncle's. And we're all very disappointed by the positive drug tests. These guys are just getting hit by way too many shots. And the next level up from the British title is the European title. European title being held by, obviously, David Avenetian right now. I do not see these guys competing with David Avenetian. They just get hit way too much. JJ's got a huge black eye under his left eye. Cheeseman's really badly touched up all over his face, especially under his right eye. And they've just been getting hit with a lot of shots, man. And the thing is, it's the same shot over and over again that keeps hitting both guys. I agree with what I just heard from the DAZN commentary. This is pretty much an even fight going into the last 4 rounds. I haven't been scoring it. I should have been scoring it. I'm going to make sure I score the next fight. There is an app that I use to score fights. And I'll make sure I have it up and ready to go. I'm putting in a request from my wife for a hard seltzer. It's about that time. Now they're both kind of shoe shining a little bit. 1 minute left. A lot of arm punching right now. This is a phone booth fight right now with Metcalf right in the red corner. And Cheeseman doing his best to keep him there. Just threw an uppercut, landed it. Cheeseman's winning this round for me. But Metcalf is now trying to battle his way out of the ropes. He's got to get off the ropes. Because what the judges are seeing right here is Cheeseman moving forward, imposing his will, keeping Metcalf pinned against the ropes. And if Metcalf wants to win this round, he's got 13 seconds to do something big. Because right now I'm giving it to Cheeseman. Yeah, definitely a Cheeseman round. Look at Metcalf. He's got a cut over his lip. His left eye is all swollen. He's gonna he already has a black eye pretty much, and his lip is busted. He's definitely in a war. That was a low shot on the leg there by Cheeseman. The ideal opponent for Michael Hunter, are you speaking about Michael Hunter Esco? Honestly, I think Michael Hunter should go to the cruiserweight division. I don't see him winning a title at heavyweight. I just think he's too small. I mean, Povetkin is already pretty much too small for heavyweight because I don't really see Povetkin beating a Whyte or, sorry, not Whyte. I don't see him beating Fury or obviously already got knocked out by AJ, even though he was touching up AJ. He just gives up too many physical advantages. And Hunter does not have Povetkin's punching power. And I do not really see him being able to bother the top guys at one. Sorry, I was about to say, I should have just said at heavyweight. I'm so used to saying one before weight class. I don't see him bothering Joe Joyce. I don't see him being able to outbox Usyk, obviously. I don't see him having any success with AJ or with Fury. So maybe he should go after the Bridgerweight title. Apparently, Oscar Rivas is heading in that direction from what I heard today. I heard he's going to be taking on, forget who he's taking on, but he's taking on someone for the Bridgerweight title. I think somebody like Rivas would be a good opponent for him. Bridgerweight might be a good weight class for him if he can't make cruiserweight anymore. But I just do not think he's going to be very effective at all as a heavyweight. Thank you. So this is just a war of attrition right now. And in the last round and a half right now, I got Cheeseman, man. I got Cheeseman. Cheeseman's really imposing himself. And Metcalf has kind of really abandoned his jab game, which was what was really working well for him in the early and mid rounds, and has just decided to start winging hooks and wide punches. There he switched to southpaw again, but when he switches to southpaw, he's just so squared up. I'm surprised. There you go. I'm surprised Cheeseman didn't just launch the right hand. I mean, the guy was just staring at him, kind of almost just waiting for it. Now Cheeseman's got him pinned against the ropes again, is landing uppercuts, landing hooks. And Metcalf's only option there was to kind of judo throw him to the other side. So I've only been scoring the last 2 rounds, but I've got it 2-0 for Cheeseman. Totally discounting what happened earlier on, because I was just saying, like, I thought it was kind of a pretty much an even fight, even though I wasn't scoring it. They keep showing us the aerial view, but what's funny when they show us that is I don't see the ring anywhere. It's weird. And then it looks like they're indoors. So it's, I don't know. They make it seem as if they're fighting at a football pitch, but then it clearly looks like the fight is taking place indoors. Don't really get that, but doesn't really matter. Got 2 rounds to go in this British welterweight title fight. Like I said, I've got Cheeseman ahead by 2 rounds, but I've only been scoring the last 2 rounds, so don't really know what that's worth, if it's worth anything at all. There you go. That's what Metcalf needed to be doing. Just get back to jabbing, man. First jab to the solar plexus. Now he's jabbing back upstairs. He's got to watch those counter jabs, though. He's eating those. You got to catch, man. Catch and counter. And it looks like Cheeseman's just trying to get back to business in terms of what he was doing, which was getting Metcalf against the ropes and imposing his will. Good shot by Cheeseman to the body. I think here that Cheeseman has pretty much established that, look, you're tired now, bruh. And the punches you're throwing are not really hurting me that badly. You're fatigued. You're throwing a lot of arm punches, so I'm just going to walk you down. There you go. That's what Metcalf just threw literally about 6 jabs in a row. I just feel like the last 2 rounds, he really should have been getting back to the jab game. He just ate an overhand right there. Just blocked a shot to the body with his elbow. That was good. And he's wrestling Cheeseman again. Got about half a round here. I think this round is up for grabs. I've got Cheeseman slightly ahead right now in this round, but it's still a winnable round if Metcalf can put together some telling shots. But he's got to get off these ropes, man. Again, he's in that red corner, and Cheeseman is kind of doing the boxing equivalent of just a ground and pound, as they call it in MMA. Just not giving him any breathing space, getting him up against those ropes and just punching on him. It's back in center ring right now, and Cheeseman's walking him to the ropes again. And it's going to try to just out-muscle him here and land shots, which is what he's doing. He's blocking. Oh, he ate that shot, though. He ate that shot. He ate that shot. This is a winnable round right now for Metcalf if he can close strong. Oh, he just ate a shot himself. Cheeseman is made of a lot more than cheese, guys. That's for sure. Cheeseman can take a shot because that was a shot right there. It was a counter punch that he did not see coming. And now, oh, that is it. Let's see if he can get up. I don't think he will. He's given him every opportunity here. He's back on his feet, but no. All the heart in the world for Metcalf. I got to give him all the credit for trying to get up there. And what a comeback knockout by Ted Cheeseman. Wow. I did not see that coming. He had eaten a counter shot earlier in the round and looked like he was hurt. Survived that, recuperated, and then knocked JJ Metcalf out on his back into all, giving him all the credit in the world for getting up back onto his feet after that. But that was some knockout. So here's what I do. Yep, congrats to the big cheese, big time. Congrats to the big cheese. I agree with you, Chicano. If I'm Ted Cheeseman's people, you got to give him some nice R&R. He needs some rest and relaxation right now. Let those wounds heal. Let the brain kind of recuperate, regenerate, recover. I'd give him a little bit of a soft touch in terms of a British title defense, maybe 2. And then I'd try to get him the European title. Might as well. Might as well, as the British champ. See if he can get David Avenetian in the ring. I'm sure David Avenetian's really eyeing a world title right now, but if Avenetian can't get a world title, might as well take on a guy like Cheeseman. Why does it look like his trainer has blood on him behind the ear? That's kind of weird. But I'm waiting to see the replay of this knockout. That was some knockout. It got me almost out of my chair, but I got a lot of equipment around me, so I have to be a little bit more cautious than I usually would be. Usually a knockout like that, shit would be flying all over the place from in front of me. I'm repping the Bronx today, guys. That's Everlast right there. I know those of you who know this, but Everlast is Bronx company. Got to show them some love. Shout out to Ernesto Gabion, actually. Maybe we could get him a leave it in the ring Everlast sponsorship. Let me talk to the other big cheese, Dave Duenas, about that. Come on, guys, show us the replay. I think they have some kind of a rule now where they won't show a replay until like a guy's up on his feet or at least out of the ring and the doctors have left his side and he's kind of okay. Okay, here we go. Took that overhand right, another overhand right, and boom, just finished it with the uppercut. Overhead right, boom, got him off balance. Overhead right, really off balance, and then another overhead right one, oof, kind of a hook uppercut. Yeah, you can always tell when it's pretty much over by the leg position. And his legs were kind of like all twisted all over the place. Honestly, I'm surprised he got up. I'm laughing at LT. LT says he stepped to the toilet and missed a KO. Bro, that's happened to me before, fam. It's happened to me before. Especially in a fight where it seems like round after round the same thing is happening and you're not going to miss much if you leave the television for a bit. That's definitely what happened to me in the past. Now I just try to go to the bathroom between fights. Esco says, do you think there's too many belts in boxing? Because I do, yes. I definitely think there are too many belts in boxing, bro. 100%. There are far too many belts in boxing. You've got the WBA, the original, then the WBC, which came in after them. Then the IBF was formed in the 80s. And then there's a splinter away from the WBA and the WBO out of Venezuela, I think is where they're based. Or is it Puerto Rico? One of the WBA. I always mix up. It's either Venezuela or Puerto Rico. And then you've also got the IBO title, which a lot of major fighters still rep, like Gennady Golovkin and Anthony Joshua. And then what's worse is that now in the WBA, you obviously have the Super Champ. When the Super Champ was first developed, you literally had to unify with another title, organization's title, to be a Super Champ. Now they just give out the Super Championship. And then they have a regular champ, and then they have an interim champ, and then they have a gold champ. And now the WBC is doing the same shit with the interim belt. Have you guys heard that Estrada has been elevated to franchise champion? I'm sure you guys know that because you guys are hardcore heads like me. So basically, Rungvisai is not going to get his rubber match, bro. They're going to have Rungvisai face off against Carlos Cuadras. How many chances is this cat going to get at the WBC title? And they're going to have Estrada as, what is it called? Franchise champion. Take on Chocolatito in a rubber match. Jesus Christ. It is kind of crazy. So that was a long answer to your question, Esco. Love the name, by the way. I love Finnish names. You know, I used to grow up, actually, this is a total side note, but watching rally car racing. And I don't have to tell you that Finland has had some of the best rally car racing drivers in the history of that sport. And F1 drivers, too, but rally car drivers for sure. And anyways, yeah, so Estrada is now fucking franchise champion, and he's taking on Chocolatito. It's like, okay, like, yes, I'm happy about the rubber match, but am I happy that now there's 2 WBC titles yet again? No, I'm not. And honestly, given the fact that he's 1-1 with Sor Rungvisai, who I always like watching, I wanted to see that rubber match too. So anyways, we're going to see Carlos Cuadras again fight for the WBC title. This time against Sor Rungvisai. I definitely have Rungvisai winning that one. And hopefully we'll get the winner of of Estrada Chocolatito 3 in against Rungvisai. I'm just going to turn the sound down, guys, so that I can listen to this interview and not get more violations from our friends at The Zone. Shout out The Zone, though. I do like their boxing coverage, but I am going to be sending a letter their way. I'll be hand dropping it off on Monday. I'll put up a video on it. I'm going to be taking my new selfie stick out of the apartment over to the 4 train here in the South Bronx and heading on the 4 train down to World Trade Center to the Zone HQ to let these motherfuckers know that, yo, you can't stop blocking my content, guys. What I'm doing is legal. Anyway, shout out Barbershop Junior, man. What's good, fam? Thank you for joining us today. Really appreciate you being here. You're in great company. Really good company. We got Chicano out here with us, LT Esko from Finland. And don't know if anybody else from earlier is still with us. I think Andre is. And Nando, 2 of my homies. And everybody else in the chat. So let us know, Barbershop Junior, who you got in the main event, man. And also let me know if you think Eric Molina, my fellow maestro, my fellow teacher, mi camarada, has any chance against Fabio Wardley. I hope he does. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that, man. Hopefully you're all hitting that like button. That is always very, very much appreciated. So he's got his British Championship again. He's marked up for it, but I think Cheeseman deserves some R&R, some rest and relaxation. Let that brain heal, let those cuts and bruises heal, and let's get him back. I want to hear what Eddie Hearn has to say. I just realized that I've been saying David Avanesian, but obviously Avanesian is the welterweight champ. So, because in my mind, I was like, yo, why don't they mention Conor Benn? But no, Cheeseman's fighting at super welterweight. So sorry about that, guys. Totally forgot about that. He's a super welterweight, light middleweight. And David Avanesian is not going to be on his radar. He just won the vacant light middleweight title. All right. Sorry about that, guys. I was just getting the help of my wife out here. My man Reggie Owens is saying, I'm not going to watch it because I don't support the Zone. Yeah, bro. I'm not the biggest fan of the Zone either. mostly because they keep blocking my content on YouTube, even though I'll like do an analysis of a fight that literally happened last year and they're like blocking my shit as if I'm streaming a fucking live fight. So they don't seem to realize that in the United States, fair use includes commentary, analysis, etc. of videos that are already out there in the public domain. They don't seem to realize that. I mean, a lot of my favorite YouTube channels, shout out to Jimmy Dore Show, all they do is literally comment on videos that are from CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, etc. That's all I'm doing. You know, I'm not sharing fucking live streams. It's not like I've got my video game capture card over here. Thank you, sweetie. Live streaming this fight, you know. Can Shout out to my wife who's keeping me hydrated during this marathon of a live cast, bringing me my my hard seltzers, my regular seltzers, and my water. And there's Ted Cheeseman with the belt. That's it. Thank you. I love seeing a guy like Cheeseman work hard for something and then get the satisfaction of earning it. And you could literally see just on his face how happy he was to have won this title. And I'm probably spilling the beans right now, but I really don't care. I'm actually working with Dave Duenas. Shout out Dave Duenas, owner, founder, host, along with me, of the Leave It in the Ring show, which is a podcast show that we recently started putting on YouTube and are building our YouTube audience there, but is very successful for us in the podcast world. And we are going to try, actually we're working on, I should say, doing live fights exclusively on the Leave It in the Ring Network channel. So we're going to be bringing you live fights from various places in the world, starting primarily with Mexico, all right? Giving you some Spanish language audio of the fights and also live English commentary of the fights that we'll be doing. So that's some good news. I'm looking forward to working on David with that and bringing our loyal listeners live fights on our Leave It in the Ring Network channel. So stay tuned for more news on that. So I don't know who this guy is who's talking right now in the DAZN crew. I gotta be honest, sounds like the UK fans are getting the shaft on this card, much like us guys out here in the US are getting the shaft with the Areola Andy Ruiz card being on pay-per-view. This card is apparently on pay-per-view in the UK. I did not know that Ricky Haddon coached Fabio Wardley. That's news to me. You see him greasing up Fabio Wardley's face there. Ricky Haddon just looked like he finished the fight. He's got that boxer's nose. And here we see Molina. I don't really like all that jiggle, my man, but you know, you're a maestro like me, so I'm here trying to support you, bro. I hope you bring it. I hope Eric Molina brings it. So yeah, we're gonna have to pay to see Areola Ruiz. Ugh. I guess it's $50. At least it's not 89, but I don't really even think it should be 50. Come on, man. People are in a pandemic. There's no coaching for me at school, guys. Oh, I forgot about the David Price KO by Povetkin. That shit was brutal. So I'm not getting my overtime, which used to be my slush fund money for fights, pay-per-views and stuff, because I don't get to coach sports right now as a teacher here at the school. I'm just teaching. So I've lost a bit of income through that. I used to Airbnb my spare room out here in the Bronx to Yankees fans. I lost that money too. And so that actually got turned into my den. The place I'm sitting in actually used to be a Airbnb spot. People here used to get their own bathroom and little bedroom, actually big bedroom here and closet and stuff. I used to host Yankees fans and people visiting New York. It used to be pretty good for me. So all of this stuff used to help me with these pay-per-views, man. You know, it gets expensive for a brother to buy all these pay-per-views every year, but looks like we're going to be continuing down that road. It looks like my guys out there in the UK are being asked to do the same thing. The funny thing about these knockdowns that Whyte hit Povetkin with, those were more flash knockdowns, whereas he just got absolutely sparked out by Povetkin. So I don't know if he's coming back with the maximum violence. But hey, I still had Reggie up there on the screen. A-Rod back with us. Thank you, bro. Chicano's still here with us. Thank you, fam. Kenny, where are you, man? I was hoping to have Kenny T with me here today, but his spot is empty. Kenny T unfortunately couldn't make it. Kenny T was going to be sitting right there with me, giving his opinions about the heavyweight division, which I know he really likes a lot. So Eric Molina weighed in at 252 pounds almost. That is a big guy. Fabio Wardley, they're at 232, looking a lot trimmer. I don't know how tall Fabio Wardley is. I used to be around 232 as well, as Chicano knows, as a few other people know. I started with a diet that's got me down quite a bit. I've been doing plant-based for a few years now, but I added the low carb to that plant-based. I lost a bunch of weight while doing that and fasting, intermittent fasting. So I'd recommend that to Eric Molina, Dillian Whyte, all of these dudes that keep coming in chunky. Oh, Kenny's with us. Kenny, that's you, bro. I thought you were going to be right there earlier today, fam. Look at your spot, man. Kenny T, I got you up there on Twitter and everything. But I'm happy that you're here joining us. And if anyone wants to join us live here, I'm going to drop the link to you guys in the chat once again. But thank you, Kenny, for joining us here in the chat. That's much appreciated, man. I hope you're having a good time out there with your family across the Harlem River from me. So here we are, Wardley versus Molina. I have Molina in this fight, and I've got him in this fight for two reasons. First and foremost, he's a teacher like me, right? Putting in that work with these kids, right? Giving back to his community, all right? Passing down that knowledge to the next generation. He also did it with special education kids, which takes a special teacher to teach special kids like that. So all the props in the world to my man Javier Molina there. But let's be frank, he's also been tested at literally the highest level of the heavyweight division, which is the heavyweight championship. He's fought twice for it, once against Wilder, once against AJ. All right. Actually took Wilder about 9 rounds, which is pretty impressive. So if somebody can go 9 rounds with Wilder, I see him being able to put up a fight against Wardley here, who's not very experienced at all in the heavyweight division. And the only tidbit is I gotta tell Molina, man, just shave that all off, bro. You're holding on the scraps there on the scalp. Just clean that, bro, like Jordan did. And here comes Fabio Wardley, who they always mention was a white collar fighter before he was a pro. So for those of you not familiar with white collar fighting, it's pretty big in the UK. They pretty much get people with white collar jobs, businessmen, bankers, lawyers, you name it. And they train after work and then they fight at night in white collar matches against fellow white collar fighters. So that's actually the background of Fabio Wardley. And there you go. Fabio's probably the second most famous Fabio. When I was a kid, there was a guy named Fabio, I believe it was a model. And we just had somebody hop in and then hop out. Milsey. If you want to hop in, just let me know in the chat and I'll make sure I let you in. Kenny says, yeah, like in Frozen, Molina needs to let go. Bro, there's no need to hang on to the scraps, fam. When it comes to the hair, just let it go, fam. Just shave it. He looked kind of OG gangster if he had that kind of clean cut with the beard. Maybe come in with a bandana. But everyone has their own style, man. I'm not knocking my brother Molina. Because, like I said, he's a fellow maestro. I got to give him props for that. Let's go, Molina. Keddy will know that I used to be clean just like Wardley not too long ago. It's actually KT who's with us in the chat that encouraged me to grow this shit out. Wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for KTZ, a.k.a. the Keith one-time Thurman of the YTBC, the YouTube boxing community. That's none other than KTZ. You can find him on Twitter at Kenny_T33. That's my man out there. We got Alex over here. I'm going to add you to the stream. Alex, what's good, fam? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Alex, what's up?
What's up, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
You watching these fights?
Now I'm trying to find a live stream for the Dana White fight.
Oh, that's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find a live stream, a legal one anyways. I can actually put it in the chat where you can go, where you can check it out. I don't know if I should say it on. Actually, you know what? You see my email address there under the Skype?
Yeah.
Shoot me an email. There's always ways to legally stream a fight, and I'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You got any thoughts on this Fabio Wardley fight?
I think it'll be a good fight, I reckon.
Yeah, me too. I think Eric Molina is going to be a pretty good test for him. This is a guy that fought AJ, fought Wilders, fought a lot of other top heavyweights. So if Wardley gets past Molina here in impressive fashion, he for sure will have proven himself as somebody to reckon with in the heavyweight division. So I've got my email open, dog, and I'll tell you how you can check out a legal way of checking out this fight. All right. Legal being the key word, Legal, just for all of the people that are watching and listening in on this. So what part, you out there in the UK, Alex? I think Alex has left us. That somebody else is joining us in, but they don't have any devices connected. Somebody names. So Bombs, I see you here, bro, but you gotta connect your mic and your camera before you can be added to the stream. Bro, Kenny, a lot of people like the Roy Jones songs, man. Joseph Parker always comes into Roy Jones, and I know you're a huge Joseph Parker fan. I don't know why Fabio Wardley's just fighting with his hand so low. That's not good for a guy with his level, man. Who we got here? We got Alex is back. Alex, what up, bro? You left for a second.
Yeah. I don't know what happened there.
I don't know.
Quick question. It says private chat, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you put your email? Can you send me an email on there so I can copy and paste it and send it to you, please?
Oh, yeah. That's no problem at all. That's a good point. I'll just do a live. I'll do a private chat with you. I got you here. All right, give me a sec.
Did you used to fight when... Do you fight or anything?
I used to fight when I was a teenager and through what they call college out here in the U.S. and what you guys refer to in the U.K. as uni. And then once I got to my post-grad and I started studying to be an educator, I gave it up. But I've maintained my love for the sport of boxing, hence why I'm part of the Leave It in the Ring podcast network. We got a podcast that goes out. You should check it out, Leave It in the Ring. And we do a Monday show on the Leave It in the Ring channel as well. I just dropped you a message there, and I'm going to also put in my email.
Yeah, I got the message, yeah.
So let me ask you something. Since we're on the topic of heavyweights here with Molina and Wardley, who do you got in the Fury Joshua fight that's been signed? No date.
Me.
Yeah.
Me personally, I reckon I have a feeling Joshua might do it.
That's interesting. Well, what gives you that feeling, bro?
It's like, because obviously we don't know yet, because obviously in behind the scenes on amateur, apparently Joshua knocked out Tyson in the sparring, didn't he?
I never heard that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's been a while ago.
AJ said that ages ago in an interview. So it's a bit of a dilemma. It's like, if he's knocked him out in sparring, it's different than fighting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
So I reckon personally, Joshua might do it.
I think if he is going to win, it's going to be by knockout.
Yeah, personally. If they go into points, Tyson all day.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the height, he's got the range, he's got the feints and the head movement. And I've said it for a while now. If Tyson decides to box a non-fan friendly style, the way he did against Klitschko, with kind of the in and out and the jabbing and the feinting and the pretty much avoiding a slugfest style fight, and also not allowing Klitschko to clinch, which I think Joshua's adopted to, a lot of clinching and holding recently. I think that he wins the fight easy. But if he actually tries to make it a fan-friendly fight and go for the knockout, I think that's when Joshua's chances kind of increase in the fight.
Yeah, I reckon if Fury outboxes him, he'll win it. If Fury's looking for a knockout, then I think Joshua will go for it.
Yeah, man, I agree. And who do you got in the fight taking place here between, obviously, Dillian and Povetkin?
See, I think Dillian will win it this time because he's more concentrated and he had more like time. Obviously, it's the same as last one as well. He had more time, but I think because he's learned from what happened to him last fight, I reckon he'll do all right.
Gotcha.
Excuse me.
Yes, Tate. What's up, fam?
Yeah, you're good, man. Chilling. So, y'all.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
You guys ready to enjoy this fight with Dillian Whyte?
Man, that's the plan, y'all. Where can we watch it live? I want to get the link to watch it. Are you going to show it live?
You're in my private chat, right? You got to check out. You got to check out the Zone if they have it in your country. But check the private message I just left for you in the chat, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, Tate, and like this stream if you can.
Of course, straight up, man, no doubt.
All right, who do you got in this fight?
Yeah, I wanna put what's the name? Povetkin. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Povetkin. Yeah.
I want him to win for the reason why Dylan chat too much shit in it. Yeah, my man's got big mouth, so I don't like people with big mouth.
Bro, I agree with you. He talks way too much.
Too much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Man should just chill, shut his mouth, do the talking, in the ring, bro.
Yeah. You know what the final straw for me too, though, was, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a couple things. First, he got beat by AJ. Like, AJ knocked him the fuck out, right? And he wouldn't accept the loss. I'm like, dude, you knocked out. Why can't you accept that? Be a man. Give the man his credit. You know?
It's delusional, That's the thing, bro. My man is delusional. AJ will still work his ass again.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the other thing, too, is after the Povetkin loss, right?
Yeah.
He didn't take that like a man either. Instead, what he decided to do was
rematch in 3 weeks. Who does that?
No, not just that, but then accused Povetkin of faking having COVID.
He's just so loser.
I agree. So where are you joining us from, bro?
I am, man. I am. So I need to figure out. So you say you sent me a link in the charts.
Yeah. Check the private chat. All right.
Yeah.
Check the private chat. I sent you a message there. You should see a screen for the private chat, and just check out that. That's a legal. I'll write it in now. You'll see it right now. Check out the private chat.
Right, I'm in the private chats now. Yeah, all I can see crackstream.com.
No, don't say anything, bro. You gotta be smart about this, right? I just sent you a link to a legal stream. All right.
I hear that. Okay.
Where are you joining us from, bro?
From UK still, yo. Birmingham.
Oh, Birmingham.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
UK's second largest city, home of the Birmingham football team, and also Aston Villa.
Oh shit! How do you know that shit, man? You're from States. You're not supposed to know things like.
I used to live out in the UK, dog.
Is that whereabouts?
I lived in London, in South London, in Brixton, for like 5 years.
Ah, right. Yeah. What did you say?
Why did you move to America?
I actually am from here, but I went out there to study, to do my master's degree. Oh, and he just left. All right, Alex keeps dropping in and dropping off. Alex, you got my message?
Did you not get my message? I tried to email you and it says failed.
Oh shoot! Okay, my fault. I spelt it incorrectly. I just noticed that.
Yeah, because every time I back out this account, it takes me out of the live. That's why I come in and out.
Okay, got you. But also, you got a link over there too, dog. I just look under the email address. I put a link in there for you.
What?
You don't say it. Yeah, for the live. Don't say it. All right, legal stream, bro. Okay. And yeah, so enjoy the fight and stay on with us, or pop back in if you wanna comment on what's going on. Yo, Hamed, thank you for being here, bro. I got a little bit distracted with the people jumping on the live, but thank you for joining us. Always a pleasure to have my man Hamed from out there. Tate, what's up, fam? You dropped off.
Sorry, man. I pressed the wrong button there. I couldn't figure out what's going on. But my girl was asking.
I was asking how can you move? Why the big move? Sorry, I've got a towel on my head. I'm not going to go out the back.
That's okay. So I like the UK a lot. But being in London, I wasn't in Birmingham. And London, I always saw as a very expensive place for me to live. You know, the monthly Oyster card for the subway there was costing me like, I don't even remember. Almost $400 almost a month, or like $300, something super high. And then the house prices out there in England are super high too, and prices for flats. At least.
In America, just as expensive there.
Well, New York is definitely more expensive probably than Birmingham, but where I live in the Bronx is definitely cheaper than London.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. But good question. So you guys are fight fans?
I am definitely.
Tate. So Tate, who do you got, Fury or Joshua?
Oh, that's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
That's a hard one.
I like Joshua's like how humble he is, like he's a really humble soul.
Okay.
But I also like
Fury, because Fury, he just straight up in it.
Yeah, it's just straight, isn't it? Right.
He's a geezer.
Oh, it's a bit hard one because Fury, he's like kind of like, he's a gypsy as well, isn't he? He's a traveller, so he's got that fighting naturally in him.
Yeah, he definitely does.
But I don't know, I don't know. I reckon Fury's going to kick his ass.
Honestly, I have Fury winning as well.
I think Fury's going to kick his ass and be honest.
Guys, don't underestimate Joshua,
Yeah, but
my man is a boxer.
Yeah. He's decent. He's decent.
I mean, it comes down to power at the end of the day, I think. Whoever's got the strongest punch, wins for me.
Yeah. Well, I think Wilder's going to be able to box him at range. Sorry, not Wilder. He's going to be able to box him at range and stay away from Joshua's power. I do a show with a guy named D-Style. You should look him up. D-Style Boxing.
Yeah.
D-Style thinks that Joshua's going to get it and really thinks that the inside punches, like the uppercut, are going to be what's going to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, if Joshua sticks to boxing, to me he wins. But if I allows them, on the night, if I allows things to get a bit rough, messy, be cagey, Fury wins, because if Fury is good at that. Fury is very good at that. So
yeah, he is. He's definitely good at that. He's good at the gamesmanship, the mind game, the psychological warfare of boxing too.
Yes, you see what he done to Wilder. That was crazy, bro. The second fight, I actually felt sorry for Wilder for the first time. I don't like the guy. He's another idiot. He does like big fights. He thought Fury is easy payday because Fury was fat. He'd been out of boxing for a little while, so he thought, that's just easy win. But he was surprised. The second fight, oh man, the guy, his ear was ripped. That was crazy, man. For someone like Wilder.
Well, my man Nando in the chat, I don't know if you agree with this one, Tate, but my man Nando in the chat, his prediction is AJ is a dosser, left, right, good night.
Clearly, he's not an AJ fan. I get that.
That's what Tyson likes to say. You big dosser, One thing you can't say about Tyson Fury, whenever he stepped up,
yeah,
he's been able to do it, right? And I live out here in New York, as I told you guys, right? And that AJ came out here to fight Ruiz, and you guys remember what happened in that fight.
Yeah. That was just freak of nature. That was not right. That thing should never happen. I mean, no, not disrespect on Ruiz.
Yeah.
But Joshua, he took him for granted, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's definitely what a lot of people, especially out there in the UK, think, right? I mean, Andy Ruiz, though,
he's dangerous.
He's dangerous, but he didn't do what he needed to do in the rematch. He came in 30 pounds heavier than he did in the first fight.
No, the guy is a jack. You see what happened to Ruiz, yeah? He's a typical guy that he's coming obviously from the get-out, like, life is not easy. And when he got that win got him a fortune. And by getting a fortune, he forgot just the basics of how to maintain that, how to continue to be hungry. Man, get fed. He was eating KFC and all that. The guy apologized to his trainer because he was not listening for the second fight. He was telling him, you need to be healthy, do your diet, nutrition, and everything. He took the piss. When the ring, out of shape. And what do you expect?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, were you able to check out the link I sent, Tate? Did it work for you? You able to sign up for your DAZN and get it working and all that?
Yeah, hold on. Take me through it, bro. Because that's why I dropped the last time, because I was trying to figure out. So I need to go back. So in the private chats,
I gave you the link to the zone. You just see it there, right there. I just put it down there. You got it right there. Just join. Just go over there. Right.
So when I click on it, then I need to sign in. Yeah.
Yeah, sign in. So just or copy and paste it or click it, whatever works for you, into a browser, and then just set it up.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll do that, and I'll subscribe to your channel as well.
Please subscribe and shoot me an email too, because I'd love to have you back on to talk boxing, man. It's always to have a UK perspective, brother. Always good to have UK perspective. So save my email over there and send me an email.
Oh, that's your email there. All right, I'll drop you an email straight up.
All right, cool.
All right, man. Bless, man. Take it easy, man. We'll catch up after.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Respect for that. All right, take it easy.
Here.
All right, shout out.
Thank you. Thank you. Take care.
Take care, man.
So, everyone, I didn't have a problem really talking to Tate because honestly, I knew my maestro brother over there was not looking good. And I did not see him winning the fight after the first round and a half. So apologies for not continuing any commentary. I didn't really feel like commentating on Eric Molina. Look at his legs, man. I just noticed how skinny his legs are. He's complaining he got hit to the back of the head. Let's see the replay. But he was not really in the fight. I didn't really see him in the fight. And let's have, hopefully they show the replay to see if there's any truth to what he was saying here. You guys let me know in the chat. I was talking to Tate real quick. Hopefully we'll have Tate back. Yeah, absolutely, Nando. AJ looked like the 240-pound Willie Pep in the rematch, bro. He was definitely on his bicycle. You could call him Anthony Lance Armstrong Joshua, because he was definitely riding his bicycle in the rematch. That's for damn sure. Ooh, that's good news shared by A-Rod. A-Rod saying, looks like we can get Ugas versus Spence in July. That is some good news. And Alex is joining us again. What up, Alex?
What's going on? What's going on?
What's good?
Did you
Yeah. I see it. You can definitely join the live for the Whyte commentary, bro. Of course.
Yeah, because like this,
What we're here.
I can't like obviously get it still in it. So I was like, oh, I might as well just listen to commentary whilst doing live with you at the same time.
Okay, that works out. That definitely works.
When's the fight roughly happening?
I think the fight should start in the next 15 minutes because this is the co-feature. I do not believe there's another fight after this fight. So
yeah, the heavyweights, isn't it? The heavyweights one just went, didn't it?
Yeah. Eric Molina, who I was supporting. Eric Molina is a fellow teacher, but
He lose.
he did not do very well in this fight, and I thought that he'd take Wardley at least a few more rounds than this. Especially when you're fighting a guy like Wardley who just fights with his hands down and, like you just saw, is open for the right hand. You know, I would have liked to see Molina working more off the jab. But I mean, that was just not smart boxing by a guy who I would assume would have been a lot more experienced and intelligent than that. I mean, he got a little bit too overzealous, I think, because he actually had Wardley a little bit hurt, but that was just reckless. Anyways, I honestly, where do you think Wardley goes from here, Alex?
It's hard to really say now, is it? Really? Because I think if he has more fights and improves himself more, why don't you go for a title shot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You know what I would try to do if I was Wardley and his handlers? I would try to get like a David Price into the ring. David Price has got a big name still, especially in the UK. And Wardley might have the pop to get him out of there. I mean, David Price's weakest
is
his chin, you know? It's like you hit him once with a heavy shot and it's like over.
That's it, mate. He's like, he needs to go A&E straight away.
Right? So I think that might be something for him that would be reasonable. I know he's done plenty of work with Matchroom in the past.
Yeah.
I definitely don't think he's ready for someone like Joe Joyce, who's another big heavyweight. And obviously,
Dubois, he could fight Danny Dubois.
Yeah, Danny Dubois. The only thing with guys like Danny Dubois and David Adeleye is that they're kind of tied to BT Sport, right?
Yeah.
Where he's tied to the zone. So that's the only challenge I see with that. I was actually really disappointed with Dubois in the last fight and how it went down. I had big high hopes for Daniel Dubois.
All it was just literally all he done was literally got jabbed to the head completely, man.
Yeah. It's like going into that fight, how did they not know that Joe Joyce was going to be jabbing him like crazy?
I mean, it's mad.
Total.
Who's your favorite boxer right now?
Right now, it's tough to say. I mean, my favorite heavyweight is Tyson Fury for sure. Rigondeaux is going to be one of my favorite boxers until he retires, but he's not really fighting that actively. Inoue at 118 is one of my favorite fighters. And then Canelo, man, at 168.
Yeah, Canelo.
So I throw those four names out there. You could probably throw in Juan Estrada too. El Gallo, 150. Big fan of his. Lomachenko I've seen fight twice at the Garden live. Twice or three times. I saw him against Rigondeaux. I saw him against Linares. I think I saw him one more time. I can't remember the other time I saw him. I'm thinking about it, but I can't really remember. But I've definitely seen him fight live. I respect Lomachenko. I had actually picked him prior to the I lost you there for a second, Alex. I was saying that I've seen Lomachenko fight live a few times. I had picked him against Teofimo. I was wrong about that. And I mean, I respect him, but he's definitely not one of my favorite fighters. I actually like Josh Taylor. as a fighter too. I'm a big Josh Taylor fan, but I'm also a fan of Ramirez, which is why I'm really looking forward to that one. Who do you got in that fight, by the way? Ramirez and Taylor.
I'll say Ruiz.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think he might do it. I think he might.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised that somebody favors Ramirez at all, but I guess you're just one of the real ones, man, because a lot of times if somebody's from a country, they're going to go for the fighter from that country. But, you got in common with people here on my channel in our community. You see, obviously, beyond national boundaries, man. And I know he's Scottish, which is not English, but it's still the UK. But big up to you for giving Ramirez his props because he's a real one, man.
He's a good fighter.
Yeah, absolutely. So Usyk doesn't want Joe Joyce for some reason, Nando says. I know what the reason is.
Yeah.
He's what you guys call a big fucking unit, man. And he's got great cardio. He doesn't stop.
He's Joe Joyce.
Yeah, he's like the Terminator.
Yeah. That's one thing you can say about him. He's got some decent stamina. And as well, his jab. It showed that his last fight, the jab can win the fight just like that.
Facts. The jab, the herky-jerky movement. He's going to be a tough out for anybody, man.
The only I would say Joe Joyce needs to improve on is his speed and his hands, because he's like a robot, isn't he? How he walks around the ring, he's like a robot. He needs to loosen off a little bit. Do you know what I mean? He's too tight. Yeah,
I think he can definitely improve on his looseness, his hand speed. I don't know. I think that's kind of maybe one will play off into the other, but I think he compensates for his hand speed with his foot speed. He does have pretty good feet, Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
He gets to his positions quick, and he gets out of punching range quick, too. And I think his biggest attribute also, in addition to his feet, is his chin. This guy's might have the best chin in the heavyweight division.
So who do you reckon will win out Dylan Whyte Povetkin?
I'm going for Povetkin, bro. I'm not a big fan of Dillian Whyte. We got a guy named P coming on here. P, what's up, bro? Who's this? And he just left. So I said this earlier before you jumped on, but 70% of me going for him is that I don't like
Dylan
Whyte very much. I used to find his talk a little bit endearing. It just got to the point where I'm like, yo, this guy's just a clown, man. Can he just shut up a little bit and stop saying these things? And then, first of all, he wouldn't give AJ credit for the win against him, which I thought was ridiculous. And then more recently, he blamed, or not blamed, but accused Povetkin of faking COVID when it's like Povetkin's giving you a rematch for the title. I just didn't get that.
Yeah, same. That's what I didn't get as well.
And then the other side of it, too, is it's got to be difficult to recover from a knockout loss like that. That's
a bad knockout, wasn't it?
Terrible knockout. I can't think of many guys that have been like just poleaxed like that have come back in their very next fight against the same guy to win. I can't think of one. So, guys in the chat, you might be able to come up with one. My man KT Kenny says that Dubois was a big disappointment, triple exclamation mark. And he also commented saying that that Wardley's face is clean. He says Usyk beat Joe Joyce and doesn't have a big name in the heavyweight division ranks. Chicano says, I'll be honest, I favored Ramirez early, but I'm starting to lean towards Taylor. I'm the same way. And that's Chicano Prophet, a fellow prophet. Ag, is that short for aggravated? Hello, you're on with us live.
What do you reckon about this whole like Jake Paul and all this situation going on?
Money grab, bro.
100%. It's ruining the sport, though. I can't lie.
Yeah, it's not the greatest look for the sport. It's tough. It's like it's good in the sense that it's getting kind of boxers paid for being on these undercards, But at the same time, it's bad in the sense that, yeah, these guys aren't professional fighters and they're headlining fights. Ag, you here with us? And you just left. People are hopping in and hopping off. You're back now, Alex. I was saying that the only good thing about what you raised is that some of these fighters are getting paid. So like Pro Grace is going to get paid big on an undercard. Devin Haney got paid pretty well on the undercard of the KSI Logan Paul fight. So these guys are getting paid, but is it a good look for the sport? No. The argument that guys like Eddie Hearn make is that it's putting more eyeballs on the sport, and that some of these young people that follow video game YouTubers or people on Twitch, etc., are going to now become boxing fans. I don't know if that's proven to be the case. I don't know if there's any evidence that people that watch KSI play Grand Theft Auto are going to all of a sudden become boxing fans because they saw him beat Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But no, as a boxing fan, as somebody who fought as an amateur and has been a fan of the sport almost my entire life, I don't really consider it really good for the sport. No, I don't.
And as well, like TikToks are getting involved as well. Everything's getting involved now. What's this all about, man?
No.
That's why like other sports like UFC and that people just laughing at us.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just get into UFC like that, you know?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Have you ever been to Gibraltar, Alex?
Nah.
It's not really a place that Brits go to, right? I know a lot of English people go to like Spain to live and to vacation, but not Gibraltar, right?
Yeah, I've been to Spain before. I've been to Italy because I'm Italian. Like my family's Italian, so I've been there. That.
Oh, that's cool. Like Joe Calzaghe.
Yeah, that's it. I've been Portugal before. Been Turkey. The one place I want to go is New York. Though I do want to go to New York.
Bro, if you ever do make it out here, shoot me an email, fam.
Yeah.
I got Airbnb. I'll give you a massive discount, like almost all of it off, just for jumping on my channel today. Just shoot me an email and I'll send you a link to my Airbnb.
Yeah, okay.
I'm right by Yankee Stadium in the South Bronx. Right by the subway, too, where you guys call the Tube.
Yeah.
So this is Darren Barker, I believe, right? Who's on?
I don't mind joining savings are like a big pay-per-view event. I don't mind joining your live.
Oh, perfect. Yo, anytime you want, man. And I do a show Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 p.m. your time, 5 p.m. Eastern over here. If you ever want to jump on for that too, let me know. Just make sure you send me an email, bro, and I'll keep in contact with you.
Yeah, I sent you an email earlier.
Okay.
I think I just said, thank you for having a little chat with y'all.
Oh, that's cool, man. Anytime. This is what we're here for. Boxing is a global fraternity. Who is AGGRVD? He's coming on again. Can you hear us now? AGGRVD? Looks like he's on his phone. And he jumped off again. I don't know what his issue is. All right, here we go. Darren Barker. And if you're out there, make sure you like this video, man. Make sure you like this live stream and sub to Maestro Boxing, Master A. My name's Amilcar. Emil. I am the co-host of the Leave It in the Ring podcast. You can check us out. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, all of those places. We've got a great rotation of shows. We've got our show. We've got my show, Maestro Boxing, which I do live at 5 on YouTube Tuesdays and Thursdays. We also have HCP hosted by the one and only D-Style Boxing Tuesdays. We've got HPC Uncensored with G Funky. Thursdays, we do the Leave It in the Ring Roundtable live, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Yeah, I've just quickly subscribed to you.
Oh, thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
So I know when you do a live and that, it'll come up with a notification. So
got you.
That's why That's what every time like come because I come out of the because obviously it's on.
All right, Rex, I dropped the link for you. Come and join us and come enjoy the fights. Let's talk the fights. I dropped the link for you over there. Just join in. All right, here we go. It looks like it's about that time. I used to live in Brixton, South London, and Miguel's was the gym, bro. And the Brixton Rec Center was where we used to do our cardio and our strength and conditioning and that kind of stuff. And guys out there in Brixton used to train at the Miguel's Boxing Club, which was a short walk from where I lived. And Dillian was one of those guys. I remember when Dillian was younger, much less cocky, much more humble. And yeah, an amateur making his way. Yeah, I lived out in England for 5 years, Alex. I lived in Brixton at the bottom of Zone 2 on the Victoria line.
Yeah.
And Dillian was an amateur back in those days. Bunch of other people too. From Brixton, from my neighborhood over there. And he's made it quite far as a boxer. Oops, I gotta quickly check something over here. So Thomas Colon, thank you for joining us. Trex Rex, thank you for joining us too. Thank you for being here live. Please sub to the channel, like the stream. We're here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. Eastern through 10 p.m. out there in the UK, 2 p.m. Pacific. I do Maestro Out Boxing live at 5. I got Povetkin here, man. I got Povetkin by knockout. That's who I got, Thomas Colon. And Trex Rex, I dropped the link in the chat. I dropped the link in the chat. Come and join us. Like the video. Alex, I'm going to let you give your prediction of this fight and also spit about who you would like to see the winner take on. Would you like to see the winner take on Andy Ruiz, Deontay Wilder? What are your thoughts there?
So I reckon Dylan White will knock him out 6th round. And who I would like Dylan White to fight again? If I'd like him to fight Joshua again, you know? Because I think that'd be a good fight again.
Yeah.
Because they're both improved massively.
Mm-hmm.
Or I wouldn't mind seeing Usyk versus Dylan White.
Yeah, that would be good too. That would definitely be good too. Usyk versus Dillian Whyte, that would be a good fight. Very good fight because it's the guy that would be relying on his size and on his punch power versus a guy that would be relying on his movement and boxing skills.
Yep.
So that would be pretty good to see. 41 versus 32, that's always going to be an issue when it comes to Alexander Povetkin. 228 pounds versus 247 pounds. You got the taller guy. Dillian's got a really long reach too, even for his height. He's younger, he's heavier, but he also got sparked out in his last fight against the guy that he is fighting. Menganito, just connect your device and I'm gonna hook you up, bro. I had two of you there for a second, Alex. All right. Just give me a sec, guys, while we watch these guys walk out to the ring. I didn't know that Gibraltar was considered the southern tip of the Iberian Peninsula, but I guess it is. I got my man Andre Rodriguez from Portugal. He's definitely Iberian. Never been to Gibraltar, Alex. And I was saying earlier that my knowledge of Gibraltar always came in because of these football blowouts.
Yeah.
Teams would see Gibraltar as easy pickings, man, along with the Vatican, along with Malta. You know, England goes out there and washes them like 15 zip. You know what I mean?
Mm. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
You know the Joshua Tyson, if that ever happens,
Yeah.
do you personally think they should do it in England?
I would love to see that fight at Wembley. 100% I would love to see that fight at Wembley. The problem is
The money won't be there.
the money won't be there, bro. The money won't be there. That's the issue. The money.
Personally, like, what I think of it, because obviously, like, what's everything going on? Obviously, they're both English, aren't they?
Yeah.
If they're both English, they should fight in their own country.
Yeah.
Because the amount of people, all the English fans would have to travel to wherever they go,
Mm-hmm.
where everyone who supported them through their, like, when they were, like, I don't know, when they just began to now,
Absolutely.
I personally think they should do it in England. It's not because, like, obviously I live down here or everything. It's because, like, they're both English. Like, it'd be more of an atmosphere in England than it would be in a different country.
Yeah. 100%. Like, there was no atmosphere when it came to the fight in Saudi Arabia. There just wasn't.
Nah, it was like, it felt like it was like basically that's with the Ruiz one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like basically felt like now in it with no crowd.
Yep. Exactly. We got someone over here, Razors. Razors, what's up? Who do you got in this fight, bro?
You putting the boxing on?
Yeah. Hold on. Just make sure you sub to my channel. Sub to the channel. Okay. Like the live stream. I'm gonna hook you up with a legal link in the private chat right now to sign up for DAZN. I just put it in there. You see that? Just copy and paste that link. You'll get a sign into DAZN. Got it? All right, just make sure you sub to the. You're welcome, my man. Just make sure you sub to the channel and like the stream, fam.
I will do. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Cheers. Take care. So that was Razors joining us. And what was I doing over here again? Oh, here's what I was doing. So we got some different people joining us, man. Alex is back. Alex keeps jumping on and jumping back in, but that's cool.
I don't even know what's going on. It like keeps on kicking me out. Like gets me go back in.
That's weird.
I don't know, but every time like it kicks me out, I'll just join back in again.
All right, sounds good. Okay. So there we go.
I thought it was scheduled to be about 10:30 this fight.
Yeah.
You're putting it on?
No. Whoa. Definitely not. I gotta stop that. before my ass gets kicked off of YouTube. I don't know why it keeps going on. All right. No, I definitely cannot show the fight at all.
I was gonna say you're gonna get copyrighted.
No, my ass is gonna be grass, dog. If I do that shit. My ass is gonna be hella grass if I do that. No, that's what I'm watching right now on my computer. I didn't mean to share that at all. Hopefully with just a second or two, it won't matter. And they'll be able to ignore that and not consider that a violation. All right, so Dillian Whyte is in the ring. Alexander Povetkin is in the ring, ladies and gentlemen. We have a heavyweight fight on our hands. We've got that Russian music. I wish I could speak Russian, man. I wish I could speak Russian. I speak English, Spanish, French. Falo muito pouco português. But I'd love to speak me some Russian. That's for sure. G Funky, you're with us, man. NL de Arriba. Let me drop a link for you, bro. And I'll drop a link for everybody right there. NL de Arriba. Like, please, the stream. Subscribe to my channel. And it would be a pleasure to help y'all understand how to legally watch this fight through the Zone. If you're not already hooked up to Zone, just click that link and I will help you guys out. G Funky's got Povetkin. I've got Povetkin. I've got Povetkin by KO over here. Joe, you're live with me watching this boxing card. You there? Can you hear me?
I think he's gone.
I think he's gone too. I think he's gone too. You know what, Alex, my man Chicano Prophet from out here in the U.S., big supporter of the channel, big supporter of the Leave It in the Ring network, is saying that the good news is that the British definitely travel for their fighters if it's allowed. That is true. You know, they're hosting a big fight. This is one thing I don't like about these fights, dog. I don't like national anthems.
Oh, that's what they're doing. Just waiting the whole time.
I know, man. Especially when they're fucking singing God Save the Queen. Like, no, God save us, dog. The common people. God, the Queen don't need saving. I got to put it in order with my wife for another drink.
Do you just like every fight? Every like big fight happen? You just
I've tried to do these every fight. The big fights, absolutely. And like I said, I do a live show Tuesdays and Thursdays, 10 p.m. out there in the UK. I do another. That one is just mine. I do a Leave It in the Ring show, which is a very popular podcast on iTunes, Pandora, all those good places, Spotify. I do that on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is kind of late for you. That's going to be like midnight your time. Or no, actually 1 a.m. your time. But we do call-ins, and we interview fighters, we interview trainers, we interview managers. We had Jose Benavidez Jr. on last week. It was great interview.
Who you got this weekend coming up?
Who do we have this week coming up? Dave told me. Fuck, I cannot remember. I know he hooked up. I don't know if you know about Boots Ennis, the welterweight, but he was supposed to be coming on.
He had like Joshua or anyone like that come on.
Oh no, Joshua's probably too big time for us. We might have got. I mean, we've had The biggest guys we've had on recently, like in the last year, I'd say are probably, I don't know if you know of Caleb Plant, but he was on our show. And
Yeah, I know, yeah.
we had David Benavidez on too.
Do you know Carlos Takan?
Of course.
Yeah, imagine like the other like I don't know 3 weeks ago he followed me on Instagram
Yeah.
and then literally like joined he joined like my live stream the other day and everything like that and started talking.
Really? Carlos Takam did?
Yeah, Carlos Takan's actually kind of like if you just hit him a DM about look if you want to join him, I think you actually do it because he's actually such a like nice lad, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought he was a good guy.
Good fire as well sometimes.
How big is JD Sports right now in England? They were pretty big when I was out there. They seem to sponsor a lot of boxing, and they sponsor AJ too, right?
Yeah, they're still not big, but obviously because what's going on in the pandemic and that, innit?
Yeah,
Everyone's losing money.
yeah,
So
yeah. That can't be easy for these places, right?
yeah.
Yeah, that can't be easy for these places. I stepped away, and we're only on national anthems now. Haha. Yeah. Well, thankfully, we're done with that for sure. Look at Dillian, man. Does that look like a confident guy there? I don't know. Let's see.
I think whoever lands, I think that's what happened last time, isn't it? Whoever lands the best shot will win it. But thing is, Povetkin lost all around with one shot, bang, good night.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Do they not have any good announcers in the UK? It's like I don't know why they hire this guy.
What, like proper long, like dreadlocks kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so annoying. You know when he says his name like twice?
I'm not a big fan either, dog. And the idea that you'd fly this dude all the way out there for all of these fights, probably first class, business class, put him up in a nice hotel and give him a fat ass check. When you're telling me there's no one that can introduce fighters in all of England, I just don't get it.
I could probably do a better job.
Seriously.
Like even he says their name like twice. Like goes Dillian, why like that?
Yeah.
What's that all about, man? No.
I know, man. You're thinking the same thing as me, dog. It's crazy. So
I like Marcus Butler. He's actually alright.
Yeah, absolutely. You know who I think is better? The Thomas Tauber guy that does the BT shows. But even him, I'm like, there's got to be somebody in the UK. Peter Mugurameno, thank you for joining us. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, please, my brother. And glad you got your pick in here. Sounds like you're picking the body snatcher. We'll see how that works. I'm picking Povetkin. Got Run PMC. He's saying that's the truth. So I'm guessing you're going with Dillian Whyte as well. Chicano Prophet. I can't believe this dreadlocks dude got this far in announcing facts, bro.
Nah, he's so annoying as well, man. Customer is rubbish.
Absolutely. Charlie Thompson. Thank you so much for joining us live.
Man like Alex.
Man like Alex Uno, yeah.
It's one of my boys still.
Cool. Hit that sub, please. And hit that like stream. We're going to be doing this live for as many big fights as my wife will allow. I know she wanted to go out for a nice meal this evening.
Don't worry about the wife. The wife is not important.
Well, she knows how much I love boxing and she supports it. So I can't.
Yeah, tell the wife to get a takeaway. Don't worry about that. Tell the wife to get a takeaway.
What can I do? All right, here we go. It started. Dillian Whyte started off pumping that jab. Alexander Povetkin is out there. You can see he's focused, man. They both look focused right now. Both measuring each other out clearly. I mean, they both know they can hurt each other. Alex is back with us live.
Yeah, if worse comes worse, if wife gets upset, I'll have a little chat to her.
Yeah. When you do your live streams, do you use StreamYard or do you not use another platform? Oh no,
I don't do like YouTube. I literally just like it's probably not my first time actually streaming.
Oh wow. Oh, Povetkin looks rocked, bro. What happened here? Oh shit.
Don't say Dylan White's gonna knock him out first round.
This is honestly how I wanted to see AJ approach Ruiz in the rematch. But he didn't want to do that.
Just respect.
Yeah, respect to Dillian for going for it. He's leaving himself open to getting countered though, which
dirty left hook, like he caught him last time.
By Povetkin. You see that? Ooh, yo, he is going for the 6, as they call it in cricket, Alex, with every punch.
What, Dylan White?
Yeah.
Well, just completely just going wild and just.
I mean, every power shot he's throwing with the right hand, he's putting like 100% into it. Povetkin definitely felt the power. He's real cautious right now. Ooh, he just hit the Whyte with an overhand right, trying to time him. Ooh, Whyte just knocked the right hand on him again. They're both getting hit by each other's shots here early.
I think if Dylan Whyte loses this, I think his career is over, personally.
Facts. And honestly, I think that's the kind of what he's going for here. He's like, I'm just going for it. If I win, I win. If I get knocked out, I get knocked out. I've never been impressed by Dillian's footwork.
Too lazy, isn't he?
Yeah. And also he crosses his feet at times too, which is that's how you get off balance. He crosses his feet sometimes going forward, and he tends to do it a lot when he's going backward. So let's say he's going back, right? He'll actually move his left foot first and cross over his right foot, which is not good.
Nah, that's rubbish.
Yeah. I don't like Povetkin being this far out at range, though. I think he's a little too far out at range. Decent first round, guys. Decent first round. All right. I have to go, and I'll be right back in about 10 to 15 seconds. I think you guys can guess why I need to leave. I've been sitting here drinking fluids for the last 3 hours, so I will be right back. Ash, you got my message?
Has it been interesting? Has it been interesting?
Yeah, it's been good, real good. Oh, well, it's only the first round, but Dillian Whyte, I think, won that last round. All right, I'm back, guys. Unfortunately, during these live streams, nature does call, but I'm back here live. Alex, you're back.
Yep, I'm back.
Jake Carter, thank you for joining us. Smash that like button, yo. Hit that subscribe button, please.
Wait, can I see like the Popdex chat as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, I see it as well.
Yeah.
Jake Carr, Alex, I'm a big fan.
That's what's up. Nando says, this is already looking like a good scrap. It is. This is the all-action fight right now. Povetkin's going for it, bro.
Povetkin, both of them are going for it, though.
Yeah.
It's mad.
think either of them are really that afraid of getting knocked out, man. I mean, they're obviously being cautious, but they're not being overly cautious.
This is what like most fighters should do these days, man.
Yeah.
Because it's more entertaining for the people who's watching it, and then they'll actually spend that much money on it.
Absolutely. And this is a pay-per-view fight out in the UK, right?
Yeah. Is it in USA?
Well, here in the US, it's on a channel called DAZN, and DAZN is a monthly subscription service. You can either pay for it $20 a month or $100 a year.
Yeah.
And it's like £2 a month, which is outrageous. I mean, we got
Canelo fight the other day, innit?
Yep, absolutely.
£2. It's a bargain, mate. It's an absolute bargain.
Ethan Horseman, bro, you got a lot of fans on here, Alex.
What can I say, eh? Big person in England, eh?
Oh yeah, you big time in England, bro. You're in London?
Nah, I'm in. I don't know if you would know the town. It's called Bedford.
Come on, man. Of course I know Bedford. I know Bradford too, out there in Yorkshire.
Yeah, it's near like Luton and that, Bedford.
Yep, Luton, right by the airport.
Yeah.
If you want to get those discount flights, right, with Ryanair.
Yeah. Yeah, hop down UK, New York, and we hit up and we obviously do a show together, innit?
Yeah. Yo, anytime, bro. Anytime you can make it out here. Once COVID is done, you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome.
Alex, when's your next fight?
Bro, you just went from a discounted Airbnb to a free stay in New York City. Just letting you know. You're a real one, Alex.
Alex, when's your next fight? At the moment of time, I don't know when my next fight is.
You box, Alex?
Yeah, I box for I box at the moment.
That's cool.
I had 3 fights. 1, 2 lost 1.
ABA?
Yeah, I'm with ABA. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's huge.
And as well, I've got a sponsor as well, so it's kind of like it's all falling in plan for me at the moment.
Oh, that's good. That's real good. That's what's up, man. Stick with it if you can.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I'm at a good age because I'm only 16, so I'm at a good age. I've still got time to improve and everything.
There you go.
Oh.
God, why wouldn't you tell me?
All right, here we go.
I thought it was only facing you.
No, you're on. I'm gonna remove you right now.
I don't know if it's just me yet, but I don't think we can't really
All right. I'm back. I'm back, guys. Sorry for the mute real quick. Give me a second.
Oh, right, I was gonna say, I thought it was that time, mate. I was like, I like dodgy in there.
One of those will just move that way.
Can you just turn that camera off?
Yeah, I'll just turn it.
Everything is weirder for them to be looking at our cat.
Yeah, one second. Or I'll just put it over here. Okay, sorry for going on mute there, guys. My wife did not want to be on camera, and I removed that link. And now I've just repositioned the camera, and she is out of view. So thank you very much, everyone.
She's still not with you.
Nah, she's off view, Alex. She's enjoying the fight with her drink and off camera. She's camera shy, she says. Nando, thank you, brother. Jake Carter, thank you for being here.
At a moment in time, she could have had a nice little cheeky meal out, eh?
Yep. All right, so we are back.
Apparently Whyte's hitting some good shots, apparently.
Absolutely. Povetkin's taking him, man. Oh, he hit him there. He hurt him. He hurt him there. He hurt him there.
Hey, Whyte's hurting?
No, Whyte hurt Povetkin. Oof. But
round 4.
Yes, in round 4, but he's being so reckless, though, man. It's like he gets him hurt, but then he goes in all open, leaving himself open to all kind of counters.
Wow. Didn't watch playing a dangerous game, eh? Dangerous game.
Yeah, very dangerous game because Povetkin's biggest attribute to me is his counter punching.
Yeah.
And
that's what he's well known for, isn't it?
Absolutely. And when you leave yourself open like this, it's not really a good thing. He definitely did wobble him then, though. Whyte is landing the cleaner punches. What I want to see is how long this lasts. I mean, his punching power did last well in the Chisora rematch, that's for sure. I actually had Chisora winning that fight until he got knocked out.
Thing is, like, Whyte needs to watch out a couple of times, though, man.
Absolutely. Crazy fight. Ethan Horseman, I agree. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining the family. Please.
Big up Ethan Horseman.
Thank you, sir. Like the stream. I know all of you like Alex. Alex is a top man, as they say out in the UK.
That's it.
Right? Sub channel. I'm hoping to have Alex back for future live streams.
You will have me back. Next, what's the next big fight?
We'll do a live show, bro.
What's the next big fight?
The next one.
Canelo, isn't it? Yes, Canelo.
Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders. I don't know if you count the Joseph Parker Chisora fight, but that fight's coming up too.
Yeah.
Oh, Povetkin. Let's see if he gets up from this. Povetkin is hurt.
Oh, he's down.
Povetkin should have taken a knee. It's over. Oh, man.
Whyte won.
Yeah, Whyte won.
What round? 4th round.
Yeah. Knocked him out.
I watched our highlights tomorrow morning.
Yeah, definitely check out the highlights, bro.
I'll definitely check out the highlights. Don't worry about that.
I think his mistake there was that he didn't take a knee after that first shot that hurt him.
So the build-up was all for that, which was a good, probably was a good fight because it sounds like it. It sounds like everything was a good fight.
Yeah.
The way Povetkin made out, like he was saying in press conference and that, like he's gonna do whatever it is. He just bottled it, mate.
Yeah. Well,
I think
Whyte did do something kind of classy just now, Alex. He literally took the chair, the stool from his corner, walked it all the way over to Povetkin's corner and now Povetkin's sitting on the stool that Dillian Whyte took over there for him. And Dillian Whyte actually just sprayed the top of Povetkin's head with water. Pretty sportsmanlike behavior.
Fair play, isn't it? Can't go wrong with that.
Mugurameno, body snatcher. Yep, you got it. I got to give you one of these, bro. You called it. You called it. Run PMC. You're on a 3-fight streak. You get one of these too. All right. Andre, I had the win on point.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. There you go. Wow. Povetkin's face is all marked up.
But he just didn't turn up tonight, then, did he?
Oh, honestly, he didn't look like he was in the greatest shape at the weigh-in. I just didn't want to change my pick.
It was like Ruiz, isn't it? When Ruiz fought Joshua.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Like, Ruiz came in heavier. Povetkin came in heavier as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
And Dylan Whyte. When I looked at Dylan Whyte in the weigh-in, I thought, wow, he looks different. So, I mean, he looks more built. He looks more serious in the sport now.
Yeah. I mean, he's still, I gotta be honest with you, he's still carrying a bit of belly fat, man. His belt hanging out over his waist at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
But he did look like he was in better shape than last time. But, I mean, you're a fighter. You know what it takes to get your body into shape and to get
work, man.
It's hard work, man. And sometimes I think that heavyweights can be a little bit lazy with it because they don't have to weight cut. You know, when I was I fought it at 81 kilograms, so 178 pounds, and I'm 6'4", so I had to use to cut to that. You know, it wasn't easy, you know, but all credit to Dillian Whyte. This is how you do a rematch, AJ. This is what you do when you get knocked out. This is how you come back. You know, I was not impressed with the way AJ fought Ruiz in the rematch. I'm just saying. Alex in here with a right hand, hurt him, pushed him back into the ropes. That should have been a knockdown right there. I think that's bad refereeing because he was actually knocked down into the ropes. And
Refereeing these days, man. Refereeing these days. Oh my days. It's bad. The refereeing these days.
I've got No Powell calling in. No Powell, you there, brother?
Come on, mate. Join in, mate. Join in. Don't be scared.
I'm gonna give him a call back.
Alex, do you have contact?
Yeah, I've got my phone lines open. And I'll call him right back right now. The thing is, he actually called me on my other line. Not the line for the show, so that's why I couldn't bring him in on the cast. But
wait, how many views we got in this little in this stream?
You know, it's tough to tell because they only show you the current amount, and as soon as the fight ended, a lot of people dropped off. But my guess is we probably hit about 200 based on the amount of people I saw popping in and out, which is pretty good.
Not bad. I think it's just some of the UK fans came in.
Absolutely. I'm calling in No Powell right now, who just called me. No Powell, you there?
Oh, what up, Undercard?
What's going on?
Mate, you're right, mate.
You're on live with Amelie and my new co-host, Alex, from Bedford. From Bedford, not far from Luton in England. What's going on, No Powell?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you. I think the zone is limiting how many TVs you can watch at once now.
Really?
Like shout out Kieran, my guy Kieran.
No Powell.
Yeah, Simone.
I think that might have been me, dog, because I think I was. Anyways, try.
How's the fight going?
I suggest you log in and try to run it and watch it. It was a good fight. If you didn't see it, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, you can't spoil it, man. You can't spoil it.
I'm not going to spoil it. It was a very good fight. So log in. Check it out. Check it out. Text me. And then and then I'll call you back later after you watch it. All right.
All right, big dog.
Yeah, you can't spoil it, man. I can't spoil it.
You guys have a good one.
You too, Nopal. Thank you for calling in.
Sam, I said bye.
Yeah. All right.
Shout out this guy called Kieran, one of my guys.
Oh, Kieran is there? Yeah.
Kieran Judge. I don't know if he's in the comments still, but yeah, one of my guys. Then obviously Jake Carter, Ethan Horseman, family.
Yep. Are they fighters too?
Nah, they're not.
Oh, but they're your supporters, right? I'm guessing you went to school with them and stuff, or at least grew up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
They're like, they were close friends with me in school and that. So like, yeah. So they're supportive in that. Do you know what I mean? They're fans in my eyes. My fans.
Got you.
Yeah.
Alex, I'm gonna drop.
Obviously, as well, Kieran Judge. He's one of my fans. Obviously, always tries to offer me out in it, but it'd be peak for him.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna drop my number to you in the private chat. You can text me on it. I also use an app called Signal. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's a very good app. I highly recommend checking it out. But you got my email too. All right. Keep in touch, and I'll let you know when I'm doing this again. And I definitely want to thank everyone else that tuned in live. Alex, I was just saying, Alex, that I dropped you my number there in the private chat. All right, just make note of it. And
could you send it again? Because I ain't got anything.
So that's it there.
Yeah, I got it now. Yeah.
I'm also on an app called Signal that I highly recommend to everybody watching live. If you care about your privacy and don't want your phone company spying in on all your chats and everything, there you go. All right, so I want to thank everyone for tuning in live for this live cast. It is very much appreciated.
Wait, have you got Instagram or anything?
I've got Twitter. I'm gonna put it. I can share my Twitter with you.
I ain't got Twitter. I've got Instagram or.
You know, my wife has been telling me to get Instagram for a minute.
Maybe you should, you know.
He's telling me
then your account can go higher and higher, and you get more subscribers and that. Do you know what I mean?
There you go. All right, you've convinced me. She's been telling me for a minute to get it. She's on it heavy. I got to get on it too.
Yeah, you can promote your own account and everything, man.
All right, there you go. So drop me yours though in the chat, and once I sign up, I'll follow you. All right, the boxing historian. Thank you for being here. He says he knew Dillian Whyte would win. Kenny is co-signing you, Alex. He's saying he agrees with the IG thing. I know my wife does. Jake Carter, he's saying that you smell, Alex.
Mate, he's just a family.
That's not very nice, but I'm sure you're friends.
I'll tell you one person who talks the most, is Kieran Judge. He always tries to say I'll knock him out. It'll be peak for a minute because he just doesn't have that experience, you know what I mean?
There you go.
And it's just peak for him because I know for a fact, like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Jake Carter, A-Rod, Ethan. We also got A-Rod, Nopal. Want to thank everybody before I take off. G Funky, Peter, Mugarameno. Thank you for joining us. Andre, always. Michael, thank you for joining us. Let's see. Hopefully, I'm not missing any of the people that are still here. Kenny T, obviously, Run PMC. I want to thank Tony from earlier and everyone else that was in the chat with us today. Alex, you got my details. You sent me a message. Stay in touch. We'll do this again soon, hopefully. And everyone else, wishing you all a great rest of your Saturday. If you're out there in the UK, enjoy your Saturday night. It's got to be late out there. It's getting to about dinner time here on the East Coast of the United States. So I'm about to go do that.
Yeah, and go out for a meal with your wife?
Yep, that's exactly it. So thank you, Alex. I was saying you got my contact details, right? So let's keep in touch.
Yeah, I'll give you an email as well.
Perfect.
Give me an email, and then whatever, we'll chat on there.
Sounds good.
Quick question: did you actually get my email? Because I don't know if it actually sent first. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, let me go and check that now before we disconnect. I'll make sure that I've got.
Yeah. Then obviously hit me up whenever you need to another live or whatever if you want me to join or whatever.
Oh, for sure. Alex, I got it right here, bro.
You got it.
Done. Thank you.
All right, no problem, man. Thank you for a lot for joining me in.
Yeah, bro, top man, Alex. All the best with your boxing career. All right.
Thank you.
We'll continue to support you on Maestro Out Boxing and on the Leave It in the Ring Radio Network. Everyone,
let me know whenever you want me to join one of them calls and that. I'll be your special guest.
absolutely, 100%. So thank you, everyone. Great live stream. Thanks again.
God bless you, everyone. God bless you.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks to my new co-host out here, Alex, and have a good night. As Alex said, you can say it again, Alex.
God bless you, people.
There you go.
God
Thank
bless
you.
I'll see you people soon, yeah?